Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the McDonCast, the funnest podcast in town. The only podcast.
I hate that.
Not around,
part.
just the only podcast.
It gets worse every time I hear it.
It only gets better, and you've heard it every time we've done the other part. I don't know why you don't accept the totality of this catchphrase.
It's not a good.
Anyways, we've got not a lot of news this week. Let me pull my
Yeah,
iPad
it's been a light week. We're in the calm before the storm that is the 3-hour-long Batman film.
Yeah,
releasing.
Actually,
tonight.
that's not even true. We have a lot to talk about with Elden Ring. Me and Max have been playing it. Tucker refuses to play
That's right. I refuse.
just like he refuses to watch good TV shows.
Like what?
Like any anime ever.
That's right. I never will.
Basically anything me and Sam like Tucker despises for no reason.
I was too busy reacting to the fact that they announced Muppets minifigures for Lego.
Yeah, Tucker has a weird thing for Muppets. We've
Muppets,
got
my
Activision
boys.
news, we got PlayStation news, Square Enix news, Daredevil news, Titans news, Penguin news. We got Fantastic Beast news for some reason. We got a bunch of news, and we have Sam and Max played Elden Ring for reviews at the end, even though I'm only like 15 hours in, and I've
Go watch
really
Sam
haven't
play
made that
through
much
the
progress.
game live on Twitch.
Check me out on Twitch, McDonald's streams. Even
If
though
you're watching
everyone
this,
watching
you
this
definitely watch the
is
Twitch.
from the Twitch.
Go tell your friends that Sam's on Twitch.
Tell your friends, or tell your
if
mom.
if they don't sound interested, lie to them and tell them it's a different thing.
Tell them I'm actually the coolest man ever. Okay, starting things off.
Do the same for the podcast as well. If they're like not into this kind of type of thing, they like really love. Like,
oh shoot!
like
I didn't
car
grab my
maintenance.
nuggets. I stood up a minute ago to grab the nuggets. And
Sam, you idiot. If your friends are like really into car maintenance or something and not into like video games and crap, just lie to them and tell them that this podcast is about car maintenance, and then they'll listen to it.
All right.
And then we'll see how long they can get into it before they realize we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, anyways, Tucker's weird tangents about car maintenance aside, Activision is working on a standalone Call of Duty Zombies game, because why add it as a mode when you can charge $70 for it?
Okay, so it's been a mode in like all the
every Call of Duty's game is since like the second one, literally all of them,
but
I think.
I guess they want to spin it off and do its own thing.
Well, I mean, it is more popular than their base franchise.
Well,
Max
now
has to catch up.
because zombies are so cool right now, Sam.
Zombies are cool.
You
right
know, they
now.
were not 2009's
Just
hottest
Tucker.
thing. This is the ketchup carousel.
Yes, every time.
So why they chose to do this now, I don't know. I think their thinking here was Warzone's a big hit
Zombies will be a big
because that's free to play. That's basically like part
You
of
think
the
it'll be free to
multiplayer
play?
mode on its own thing. I don't know. If I was them, I'd make it free to play.
If I were them, I'd just make it a mode in Warzone.
I just release only that mode as a free thing and
Yeah.
just do cosmetics for it. Kind of like what Halo did, where the multiplayer is free and then you buy the single player. But I don't know what their whole plan is with Call of Duty. I know sales have been down. Like I know whatever the last one was, and there was another World War II one that didn't sell as well as the one in the year before. But
because there's been no innovation in there.
I think
gameplay.
I think they're losing that very coveted 11 to 14-year-old boy on Xbox age demographic that is crucial to the success of both Call of Duty and Madden NFL Football.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's either one, there's no new innovation. Two, people just keep playing those games online and they just don't buy the new one because they don't need to.
Here's
And
the thing.
Three, TikTok exists and it's stealing all
No,
of their
here's
time.
the thing. Games, since the PS3, in terms of looks, they haven't improved that much compared to the jump from like the N64 to the GameCube,
Rebuttal.
so on.
Kids don't care about that.
No, they do. Because listen, here's why. If the old Call of Duty game looks exactly the same as the new one, and your mom only gives you $50 for your birthday, why would you buy the new game that all your friends already have, by the way, when you guys can just keep playing that game and get basically the exact same experience?
That is true. There's one major dictating factor in whether or not a 12-year-old gets something, and that's whether or not his friends are playing it.
Mm-hmm.
The my friends have this thing is the only reason the Xbox has existed at all. It was the system you bought because your friends were playing Halo. So
They were the first ones to figure out online, and it shows.
Every time they make a new Call of Duty game, they go, "All right, what should we add this time?" And then they go, "What if we don't add anything and
What if
make
we
the
do a
same
genius, Ted?
game?"
Have a
So,
raise.
do you remember how like the first 5 games were about World War II?
Mhm.
They're all like, yeah. And he's like, we do World War II again.
World War II.
And
Two.
guys, we call it Call of Duty World War II.
Whoa.
And they're all
Amazing
like,
idea.
oh my god, Ted. This
Ted
would be a
Danson,
genius idea if it hadn't been in
CEO of
development for 3
Activision.
years.
You get a genius plan.
I mean, it literally takes them 2 years to make every game. Like, that's
Yeah.
how fast they churn these things
Because
out.
they've just been they're just asset reusing.
They have
sequels at this point.
they have 2 teams, and they alternate. One pumps out a new game
Yeah.
every year. I think they're slowly moving their focus to just Warzone though.
Mhm.
I think that's their end game is it's just Warzone, and they just do the Fortnite model where it's just doing updates.
I don't think that'll be their end game. Because I don't think Battle Royale is sustainable as a genre. We can clearly see that. Other than Fortnite, what Battle Royale game... Fortnite and Warzone are the only 2 that have really even kind of survived.
Apex, sort of, but no one really cares.
Apex is kind of still around sometimes. Ish. Like, what other Battle Royale games are people playing?
But I think their plan is just to like update that game, but do like major updates.
Yeah.
So like instead of this year the new Call of Duty is themed around World War II, it's this year Warzone is themed around World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a radical overhaul. So it's still changing, but
That
it's
could be
like
more
a
interesting.
But
core
I think
game.
Microsoft would force them to make new games.
That's the other thing. They are owned by
Because-
Microsoft now.
Because
Which-
Warzone
That
doesn't
might
work.
change how they've been operating
Well, that
the last
might
few
change.
years.
how
Warzone
they've been
doesn't
doing
work
this.
when it's only on one platform. Like, you have to have multiple
Yeah.
platforms for that to work.
I don't know. They already have their the monetization model of Call of Duty is already based around cosmetics.
Well, it is now. It didn't used to be.
It was before, but not to the extent it was. Because
Not
like
nearly as bad as it is
obviously, Warzone is only cosmetics because that's the only
Yeah.
way they make money off of it. But like even like Call of Duty Black Ops 1, like the whole thing was there's a million skins and for all your guns and all your
Mhm.
characters that you could buy with real money. So I don't know. I don't know what they're planning to do with this whole Call of Duty thing. I don't know what Xbox is doing with Activision in general. Because
We know that they only bought it for
because so
Call of
much
Duty.
of their stuff is online based. Their decision is ultimately going to have to be: do we make this exclusive to Xbox and limit the player
exclusive to
base?
Game Pass.
Nothing's
Keep
ever.
in mind, everything Xbox has done in the last 10 years has all been to make Game Pass a game streaming monopoly.
For Xbox, you mean?
No, Game Pass.
I know you were saying Activision's done.
Or, yeah, Microsoft, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna be at game streaming is the only way. I think if Xbox were to even jump into the only way to play our games is through Game Pass, like 5 years from now, I still think
Everyone
it'd be
said
too
that with
soon.
what was that PlayStation that was only digital? Remember that first one that came out?
Oh,
People were like, a digital only console. Ha! Absurd.
well,
I
now
only want to hold my games on discs. Ah, what a silly idea. That's what's going to happen with Game Pass. I
but
guarantee it.
how often do you see
Oh, shoot.
Sam, you idiot?
Maxine, you
For
get
our
the
audio
towels.
listeners, Sam just dropped his chicken nuggets and soaked his whole hand in ketchup like a total moron. This is why I'm the pro here, guys. I am a professional. 54 episodes in. I'm a professional. These guys are still noobs at this.
That's great, Tucker.
I can't wait to get to episode 100 and our viewership has decreased by 30%.
So what has decreased?
Viewership.
Probably.
Anyway, what was I talking about? That's why I'm so good at this.
Game Pass.
Game Pass.
You said when was the last time you and then you
No,
cut.
but like the idea of you no longer buy individual video games, I think we're really far away from that. And I know
I
you're
don't
like,
think we are.
I know you're like digital consoles are where it's at, baby. We're all gonna be at only digital consoles for next 2 years from now. I don't think that's the case. Like even if you look at the Xbox, I mean we don't have concrete sales numbers, but like if you go out in public, there is a chance. There's a pretty good chance you'll find an Xbox Series S. There is still no chance you'll ever find an Xbox Series X or a PS5 anywhere.
Okay, that's true. But when was the last time you saw an all-digital PS5 in a store?
True. But
people want the games. They don't care what medium they are. And if they can get all the games... Again, this already happened with every other kind of media. Music, only streams.
that's true.
Movies, only stream. Theaters are freaking dying because of streaming. Games will go this way.
We're in a weird,
Yeah, but
weird new
also-
place. Now, the music industry was able to transition faster into streaming because
It's a smaller
the
experience.
monetization model around music was already very concert focused. If you don't know, that's how anyone who makes music actually makes any
Yeah, they
money.
make almost no money from
It's because the
streaming.
record label takes all the money from the actual like album sales or whatever. So that they weren't really making any money off albums anyway. So that kind of just phased out pretty quick. But like movies, we've seen how drastic and how strange it's been for the movie industry to adapt to streaming, and they still haven't even done it yet.
No, they have.
No one really knows what they're doing though. No one knows what to release in theaters, what not, how to do it. Is it PVOD?
But all
is it
that
not
is more
PVOD?
COVID, less streaming existing.
But COVID taught people to only to stay home for everything.
Yeah.
And for video games, I think it's going to be harder to wane people, especially who are older, who have been playing video games for a long time, to wane them off buying games. Especially
okay, but hang on.
especially since
You're comparing the console experience to the theater experience. That's not what I'm talking about. This is comparing the physical game experience to the DVD experience.
But the other thing is
Because that is completely dead. For
the other
movies.
thing is that game preservation is not at all as well done as movie or music preservation. Like in like the 90s, like they even did this in like the 90s, where they would do like exclusive games for like Blockbuster or whatever, right? And then they would go out of print and no one could ever play them again. Like if that happens to a game on Game Pass and it goes away, you'll never be able to play that again, especially if there's not even a physical media option.
Well, you have the option to buy games on Game Pass whenever your membership expires.
But then
Whatever games you have
fill up
downloaded.
with storage, and every game is 400 gigabytes now.
Okay, but that was always going to happen. That's the same people made with iPods, but storage sizes got bigger. Like
Yeah, but you'd be spending like $120.
Keep in mind, it's like $30 for or like $50 for like a terabyte SSD.
Yeah, but for
You know how much
Series-
a terabyte cost 5 years ago?
yeah, but for Series X and for PS5, you have to get
That's because they're proprietary memory cards. That's not because of the actual price of storage. The
Yeah,
price
but
of storage will go down over time. It always does. Don't invest
little
in
kids-
storage size prices.
little kids like to have physical things. They don't.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Little kids don't want to get up and have to switch discs. They just want to hit a button and play their game.
Yeah, but they also like to have a little
they don't.
box.
Little kids do not want to have to open the DVD. Oh no, my game got scratched. Now I can't play it. No one wants to deal with that. Parents don't want to
Sam,
deal with
you're
that.
forgetting about two things. One is Nintendo. Nintendo will never transition to only digital games
The next
because
Switch
they are
will be
30
digital
years
only.
behind.
Mm-mm. I think the next Switch might be digital only.
You are a total idiot. That is the dumbest take you've ever
No.
had.
Here's the reason.
The Switch has 20 gigabytes of internal storage.
Yeah, but the next one won't. Hear me out.
Well, like
Nintendo is
100
always
Pass the ketchup.
Nintendo is always 30 years behind. Yes. However, here, pass it to me.
ketchup
There is
carousel.
one caveat. There is one caveat to that rule. When they can make more money by being slightly ahead. Look at the Switch. The Steam Deck, which is really its only competition right now, just came out.
Did
like-
anyone buy that?
Yeah, they're sold. You can't buy them. That is the Switch's only competition,
Yeah, 'cause,
more or less.
You know, when Nintendo was ahead when they did Virtual Boy, that worked super well.
Well, they were ahead. Look at Oculus.
Yeah,
Is that
Sam,
but their
listen,
system
MetaQuest.
sucked.
whatever? That is what Nintendo envisioned when they made the Virtual Boy. Yeah, sure, theirs was horrible and it didn't work, but that's what they had in mind. Nintendo was very forward thinking. They're very behind in execution.
Yeah, but the problem is that Nintendo
I think the
doesn't.
next Switch might be digital only.
Nintendo doesn't keep
I don't
trying
think they'll
though.
ever do that.
They're
I
gonna
don't think they'll see that as
Stuck your stuff on
family
the line.
friendly to like the consumer.
They don't care.
But if it
Also,
doesn't
the
sell
other
as
thing
well,
about digital only is there's less market presence. There's no Switch shelf in your Walmart if there's no games being made.
Okay, that's true, but keep in mind, Nintendo does weird, stupid stuff. Here's what I'm thinking they could do. What if they make it so that you can still buy their games in stores and just digital download codes, and they just put a way bigger emphasis on like this is like the physical release of the game, like the code is.
Yeah, but why would you
Everyone
do that?
would hate that.
Yeah, but that's what Nintendo does, stuff that everyone hates, and then 5 years later, everyone's like, oh, well, I guess everyone's doing it this way now.
I don't ever see us fully transitioning into only digital gaming.
I think we will. I think that's already happened with
But
music. I think it's
No, but
pretty much
music
already happened
people
with
still
movies.
buy records. People still buy CDs and
How
stuff.
many records you own, Max?
None, because I
How
don't
many
have.
records
I don't
does
know, Sam.
anyone
No,
that we are...
But
like,
there are people that buy records because they like to have it
Record
physical.
sales are up.
yeah, but that's because of artsy hipsters, not because people
Exactly,
are actually
and there will
using it to listen to
always
music.
be artsy hipsters.
No one uses records to listen to music for like the majority of their listening. They buy a record for like an event or like some like as an art piece. They don't buy it because that's how they listen to music.
But some people do.
I don't think we're fully transitioning into only digital, especially since neither PlayStation nor Nintendo have anything even close to a well-functioning game streaming
What's
service.
the majority of game sales right now? Is it digital or physical?
Let's find out.
I mean, when I went to go buy Arceus, physical, sold out. Like, most physical games that released sell out. Because
Yeah, but
people
that's
want to have it
because
physical.
of stock issues.
And
being an
also,
absolute
companies
nightmare
can
right now.
charge more for a console with a physical port. Yeah.
Yeah, for the port, yeah.
So,
But for the game, they make way more money.
in 2018,
Think about
83% of video game sales were digital, 17%.
Yeah, so
That's
you're
different.
basically it's already taken. over.
But that's different from all streaming and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but we're that's the next step. That's the next logical step in this path. Anyway, Max, you make so much more money on a digital game than you do on a physical. With a physical, you have to print the disc. You have to buy the disc. You have to buy the case.
That's true.
You have to ship the case.
No, are you?
You have to
okay.
pay the vendor a cut.
Are you saying we're not going to have physical games, or are you saying we're going to be in game streaming? Like you're saying Xbox will only do Game Pass?
Eventually, I don't think we're going to be on Game Pass only for the next like 10 years.
Smart for them.
No, it would be.
Because the thing about streaming though is you have to have such a large user base that are all subscribed to the thing that it makes up for the very low cost of the streaming service.
Mhm.
Like Disney Plus has 120 odd million subscribers.
Mhm.
They're not even close to profitable because the amount of money being brought in from actual subscribers compared to the cost of producing content for it is just not even close.
Mhm.
For Xbox, one, they would eliminate all individual game sales, so you'd have pretty much no idea how well a series is doing or not. Two, you lack market presence. Three, it's confusing for old people, which was the other point I was going to make. Is grandmas are not going to
Grandmas
understand.
don't play Xboxes,
But grandmas buy their grandkids Xbox games.
so
They're not going to know what to do anymore.
Grandma, buy the code.
But
there
also,
we go. Fix that problem.
but also, Sam,
But
streaming
how many
relies
people do you
solely
see
on.
buying the code cards at like Walmart?
Literally anyone who's ever gotten an Xbox gift card ever.
That's a gift card. I'm saying
That's the same thing.
imagine going to
How is that different?
Imagine going to the store instead of games on the wall, it was just a wall of Xbox cards.
That's already there.
Yeah, but it's like
That's like half
two
the gaming section right
little
now.
like,
things.
And I think some people will always want to own some media.
Some people will. Most people want what's most convenient.
Yeah, but also
And
kids.
digital games are more convenient than physical games.
Yeah, but kids also don't have credit cards. And streaming solely relies on Wi-Fi also. So people with not so great Wi-Fi
That's the other reason I
can't
don't
play
think the Switch will be all
better
digital.
games. Or
That's true.
fit-
That's true. But also
graphic
consider
demanding games.
they don't care about that.
Yeah, but they do.
They don't.
Because my PS5, I tried to play Doom,
Mhm.
the first one on it, because I had a free trial of PS Now. It was horrible because the Wi-Fi didn't work at all. Like, it was just terrible.
Mhm. And did Sony give you a solution?
No.
So do they care?
No.
Okay, so I've made my
But
point. I
if
think
they
we're done with this.
solely switch to streaming, then people who have
Okay,
bad
Sam,
Wi-Fi wouldn't want it
According
as
to your
much.
calendar, when do you think we'll be only on streaming games?
2025. No, not 2025. Like 2030.
So 8 years from now.
Yeah. I envision
I think that's a little ambitious.
No, it's not.
If we don't get nuked.
E3, if it's still around. 2030. Xbox and PlayStation both reveal all digital consoles. Okay? Switch.
Well, we already have those.
The Switch 2 is still.
Oh, you mean like their next gen consoles will only be digital?
Yeah. The Switch 2 is out. It's been up for a while.
Sam, when they revealed the PS4 and the Xbox One in 2013, the Xbox One was originally not going to be able to play physical games, but not connected to internet. And there was such a public outcry that they literally had to backtrack and redesign the console so that it could play video games that are physical without Wi-Fi. And also so that you could trade a game, like you could give someone a game physically. What do you think the backlash would be in 2030 when they go, you cannot buy physical games for this console?
I don't think most people will care. I think at that point, most people would be conditioned to
also,
buying
the other
games
thing they'd
that
have to do is I think the companies themselves would have to start selling their own branded storage.
They already do that.
Yeah, but they'd have to like monopolize. Everything would have to become proprietary.
Have you... You want me to turn the Xbox around and show you the proprietary memory card slot?
Exactly.
Or Max's PlayStation, which has the same
you know
thing?
You know how the Switch has like micro SD cards? Those would go away. You'd have to buy the Switch SD card. You know how the PS Vita did that?
It's already like that. What is your point?
That would have to be like the only way to buy storage for your console.
That's already how it is.
You could plug a hard drive into that and it'd be...
No, you can't.
You could swap out the
that.
SSD though, right?
You can only... If you do buy an SSD, it has to be a certain spec, which is the same price as the one that they already sell. And it's also slower unless you buy the proprietary one. It's already like that. Your point is invalid. It's already happened. Your point of people would be so mad if... No. It already happened and people didn't care. Because we were conditioned at that point for that to be the norm. And it'll be the same way when they transition to all digital in 2030.
Think what you will. I think you'll be wrong.
I think I'm already right.
We're going to do physical games for a while. I think that's just
It'll still be around. But it won't be the norm anymore.
Especially with Nintendo. Nintendo didn't even figure out online connection until like 2017.
Max, can you guys catch you back over here?
Yep.
Nintendo still doesn't know how the internet works. You really think they're going to know how to do only digital games exclusively?
I think they will.
Plus,
I think that's what
Sony's streaming service.
Game streaming. You ever use Nintendo Switch Online?
Sony too. Their streaming
but that's a
sucks.
first attempt. They will get better at it. I mean, everyone has Nintendo Switch Online already. Sure, they're not using it mainly for game streaming, but everyone already has it. I think that'll eventually become the dominant business model. Is there's just you have a Nintendo subscription and you just get all the Nintendo stuff.
I like how
you have an Xbox subscription.
We're evolving
get all the stuff.
We're evolving into just cable channels for everything.
Yeah, it's a profitable business.
It's like the worst possible outcome.
Oh, it sucks for consumers, but it's very profitable.
It's like...
All right, next thing. PlayStation is rumored to do a reveal.
This is the second thing on the docket.
A dormant game franchise in Q4 of this year, in September or October. The game is reportedly 70% complete. Rumored reveals are Jack and Daxter, Infamous, Twisted Metal, or Sly Cooper. It's Sly Cooper.
I hope
Which
they do
one
Sly
do you
Cooper.
think it is?
It's Sly Cooper.
They'll do
Why do you
Sly
think it's
Cooper.
Sly Cooper?
That's the only one people even vaguely remember.
I have two. Well, actually, I think three of the... I think all of them except for Sly Cooper are likely.
Why would that be?
Okay, a couple things. Jack and Daxter, they're working on a movie for it.
They are?
Yep.
Oh, then it'll be that.
Ruben Fleischer is producing it or something.
Yeah, okay, it's that then.
Infamous, I think they're working on a TV show for that. Twisted Metal, there's news about the TV adaptation that's already happening with that. I think if it's any of these, I think it's Twisted Metal. Because they're going to want the revival to come out just before the TV show.
But the movie would be bigger. And they already did that with Ratchet and Clank.
But the Twisted Metal is closer
They'll just do it again.
Twisted Metal is closer to actually coming out. So for this specific reveal, I think it's Twisted Metal. And also those games wouldn't take as long as the Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just Grand Theft Auto in a post-apocalypse.
All right. Cool.
There was a Pokemon Presents sale. What happened in that?
This is some big news, actually. We got some relatively big Pokemon news. So, Pokemon Go is adding all the Alolan Pokemon starting March. It's already out. Go play it. If you know.
As of today, or when this comes out, as of 4 months ago.
Pokemon Master Sex will add Victory Road, where people will battle many trainers back to back. Yeah. Nintendo, change the name of that game. Come on. Really?
Just call it Pokemon Masters.
Okay, I know you're behind, but are you that dumb? Come on.
Why don't they just call it Pokemon
That's what it was
Masters?
called on launch.
Why'd they change it?
Because they did like a...
Did they do a big update?
Yeah, on their first year anniversary, they did a big update, and they were like, this is the EX update. Now it's called
So now
Pokemon
it's-
Masters EX or Pokemon Master Sex.
As it says in the App Store.
That's how it's written in the App Store. We got a new Mayhem mode will be added to Pokemon Unite. Woo! And we'll let you use Pokemon moves without cooldown. Shaman is in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl now. You can go get him. All right, and finally, big news. Detective Pikachu 2 officially coming out end of year. No,
That
not was the fake out that they gave us. I just faked you out with their fake out. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be coming out by the end of the
next
year,
which is gen games.
absolutely insane.
I kind of saw this coming.
Someone at school was trying to argue with me that it's just more Pokemon Arceus, and I was like, no, actually, not at all. And you are
No,
completely
you're
wrong.
just like stupid.
And you're
Like,
stupid.
You're just dumb.
Okay, so if you don't know, Pokemon mainly operates with 2 development teams. Okay, they got the old guys who have been there forever, who do all the mainline games.
Yeah.
And then they have the new guys who they let do like your Ultra Suns, or your Black
Let's
and White
Go.
2s,
The remakes and your
or
side
your
stuff.
Let's Goes.
Pokemon Cafe.
However, last year at the last Pokemon Presents, they revealed that the Pokemon Cafe remix developers were the ones doing the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Which is really weird.
And then they revealed Arceus, which everyone assumed was the A team doing because it was such a new thing, right?
Yeah.
And everyone went, well, okay, what's the B team up to? Because they had just done the DLC for Sword and Shield, right?
Yeah, literally had just come out earlier that
So
year.
I think what happened here was they had the Cafe remix guys do do Diamond Pearl, right? Because that one barely really mattered at all. They just needed to get out a remake that year.
Yeah.
And then they had the B team working on Legends Arceus as kind of an experiment to see kind of what would happen, and they had them do it because they're like the newer guys. Maybe they have some newer ideas.
I think it started off as a tech demo that they just spent a lot of time developing and spun off into a whole
and
game.
they just worked a lot.
That's why
on-
it's in feudal, like the feudal era, because they needed an excuse for the features to be cut down.
Yeah.
Because it's just a tech demo. This is the game that Arceus was always supposed to be.
Yeah, and then this was the A team really working on this the whole time. I think the original plan was after Sun and Moon to wait like 4 or 5 years for the next actual game. But obviously the higher ups,
they have to make money.
The higher ups went no, game every year, kid. And then so they like whipped out Sword and Shield real fast with like just basically part of the idea of the next game as an area in the game.
Yeah.
And then they got to work on the actual thing because it's been 3. By the time this comes out, it'll have been 3 full years
Which is that the
since Sword and
longest?
Shield. Well,
Is
that's
that
how
the
long.
longest Pokemon generation ever?
It was 3 years in between Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but we had Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
But that was the B team. So presuming
But
they
that
got,
was like a main series
presuming
game,
they got to work immediately after Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
That took 3 years. So one.
Well, Ultra Sun, they've said the only reason Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon even came out is because they didn't have time to finish the game and they had other ideas that they wanted to implement but didn't have time to actually put in the game.
Yeah, the whole weird legendary portal.
The whole Ultra Wormhole thing and
Yeah.
all that. Is that what else did they even add?
It was like the Team Rocket Tower, right?
Yeah, there was the Team Rocket thing.
And I think they changed the legendaries or the plot or something. It was the same game. It was what it was always
just
the
been
same
DLC.
game. Anyway, but they made you buy it twice. Haha, they got you again.
Got him.
Anyway.
See, that's why. Okay, everyone was trashing on the Pokemon DLC for Sword and Shield. That is so much better than what we had before.
Yeah, the Sword and Shield
Like,
DLC.
by leaps and bounds, it was better. I don't know why everyone hated that.
The Sword and Shield DLC?
Yeah. They were like,
didn't
I don't
play it.
That was
want to
like
have,
two
I don't
whole
wanna
new
have to pay
places.
$20 for more content. Ugh. I'm like, okay, well, you can pay $60 for more content, and you have to replay the whole first half of the game.
in lieu of,
Pokemon Gun
Super
or whatever.
Sword and Super Shield, right?
It would have been Shining Sword and like Brazen Shield or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad they just did the DLC and
the Sword and
yeah,
Shield
of the
DLC
game
was
again.
like, it was like 2 whole new like islands, and it was like new legendaries and stuff. Like it was basically
There was a
Like,
good amount of content in
yeah,
those
there was
updates.
like a ton of content in there for like $30.
I'm sort of surprised that they. Okay, this is what does confuse me about this new announcement for Gen 9.
Yeah.
I really thought that they were going to spend more time with Arceus.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
really
that
just
they would add some like
breezed past
DLC or
that.
something for it. I'm surprised that they just immediately.
And they still can
Jump to next
if they
gen.
want to.
I don't think they will.
Because, well, it depends on what they want to do. because they still have the 2 teams, right? I think what their plan is to moving forward is to take longer in between actual new generations, maybe an extra year, and to do remakes with the Cafe Remix team. So Unova would be the next one. The Unova remake would be
I
guys.
hope the Unova remakes get some actual respect. Those were the first Pokemon
Everyone
games
hates
we
those.
played.
Everyone hates that region.
Those are the best. Okay, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Gen 5 is the best gen story-wise. I don't think you can argue otherwise. It's the only one with anything that even resembles a cohesive narrative.
Sam, what if I told you, Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they want to flood and/or burn the whole world?
Wow, what a plan that is! Ooh.
No, didn't
Giant
Black and White? They were like, what if
lizard.
we tried to do like characters and stuff?
Yeah, and it was good. I mean, they weren't great,
and then they
but it was
ditched
better than what we
immediately.
had before. Okay, let's compare the motivations of Team Plasma to Team Flare and the generation directly after that. Team Plasma believed that it was immoral for humans to force Pokemon to beat each other up in battles. Understandable. I get where you're coming from. That does seem a bit screwed up on surface level. Sure, they might be using Pokemon to achieve those means, which, throws a little bit of a wrench in your whole little moral code, but whatever, that's fine. It's a Pokemon game. You gotta battle them.
Mommy,
Whatever.
I'm making animals hurt each other.
Now we compare that to the motivations of the evil team in Gen 6.
I want to kill everything.
I'm gonna kill everyone because people suck. That's a dumb motivation. That motivation is stupid. You're stupid for thinking it's good. If you thought it was good. If you think it's bad, you're good. You thought the right thing.
But anyway, back to what I'm saying. I think the Cafe Remix guys are essentially become the 3rd team, and they're just going to do remakes.
Yeah.
So they'll do Unova. And then the year after that, there won't be a new generation. I think there's going to be
DLC for Gen 9.
that or a new Legends game.
I don't think
Maybe.
the
And
Game
the
Freak
Legends
higher
games will
ups
just
will
be-
want that.
Like kind of just smaller, like stuff to just like hold you over until the actual next gen, which would
They're
then
too
be the year
expansive
after.
for that.
The
Like,
Legends
honestly,
stuff?
they're too big of games to do that. Like, they could do that, because, like,
Money?
I think they could develop them
Because
that fast.
I think there's no point in creating kind of the whole new brand of the Pokemon Legends stuff to not use it. I think what they're planning to do is use it to do stories throughout Pokemon's history.
I thought that they were going to do that too. You remember the video I made almost a year ago?
I did watch that.
I basically said what you're saying now. I don't think that anymore. I think with the reveal of this new game, with what we've seen so far and how similar it looks to Arceus, I think they're just going to take the mainline games in that direction. They're just going to go open world with the main games.
They gotta stick with it. They can't go back.
I think they'll just ditch Arceus altogether. I think it'll be this one thing. I think it'll become like Pokemon Conquest was, where it's like, this is just a one-off thing.
It's just a one-off thing.
Yeah.
You do randomly.
Yeah, because Pokemon doesn't want to.
I would love to play a Pokemon Legends Unova or Legend
or Legends
Kyurem, I
Reshiram
guess.
or Kyurem or whatever.
Okay, see, and here's why. In the lore for the Unova region, those 3 dragons used to be one dragon.
Ooh.
When they were separated, Kyurem was like the leftover bit, and that's why it's like enraged all the time, is because it doesn't know what it is.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Kyurem became the Pokemon of truth, and Reshiram became the Pokemon of truth, and Kyurem ideals. That's part of the whole philosophical backstory of the game. That's not important. But I feel like it would be interesting to see that, mythos play out as it was described. Anyway,
it's interesting. They are sticking with the open. They got to stick with the open world thing going.
I don't see them going back.
They can't go
They
back.
should
If
make
they
a
do go
Pokemon
back,
game.
the outcry will be even louder than it was against Sword and Shield being the same thing again. And I
They
think
should.
Here's another question I think we need to think about. What if the next Nintendo home console isn't a Switch? What if it's just another home console?
No, they
and
won't do that.
They split it up again.
But the Switch sold
What does
so
Pokemon
well,
do
though.
then?
well, I think they'd have to stick with the handheld. But I do think
Exactly. Does
I
it,
don't
does
think
it go
they'll
back?
They can't do that. They've already merged the
When
development teams.
has
They'd
it-
have to go back and re-separate all
What
the development
happens
teams.
when you tell Nintendo you can't do that? What do they do
Well,
They do
immediately
something
after
weird
that?
and unrelated?
They do either exactly what you didn't want them to do, or they make up a totally new thing and everyone's confused.
Nintendo's problem is that the Switch can't run the newer graphically demanding games.
It can't even run most of its
And-
own games.
I-
anymore.
But
No,
they've gone
I-
so far in the handheld direction that if they make
Breath
a
of the
home console,
Wild
people
is
won't like it.
still the best looking Switch game. And that was The first Switch game. What game on the Switch looks better?
I don't know. Odyssey looks pretty good.
Skyrim.
Like I say Odyssey and Zelda are about on the same level.
Yeah.
Like exclusives.
Like like Smash Bros looks good, but it's basically a 2D game.
Yeah.
Mario Kart was a Wii game. I mean, yeah, obviously
The best looking game on the Switch.
the power of the Switch hasn't improved.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
do you want them to do?
Well, normally as a console comes out, games are further optimized for it.
Yeah.
But Nintendo has put themselves in a weird space where instead of games becoming more optimized for the console over time, they're becoming less optimized and having to
the
make
games
more and more.
themselves are more demanding.
Exactly.
And just cram them onto the system. Yeah, I don't think they can go back to them being separate though, just because the amount of money it costs to re-separate the teams, get them all working on different projects again, and then to do R&D on a completely new console on top of one they've already done R&D.
Okay, for context, I know I mentioned the Steam Deck earlier. If you don't know what that is, watch any Linus Tech Tips video made in the last month. It's $100 more than an OLED Switch, and it can play AAA first new gen games.
Yeah.
At like minimum like 40 FPS. That's absolutely insane.
It's got
now they are selling it at a loss, and we know they're selling it at a loss because that's insane.
Well, that and it'll never sell as well because it just won't have the store presence that the Switch has already.
The problem is
not right now. It
Nintendo
might in
hasn't
the
gotten
future.
past
Again, that's
2010.
a debate for another time. But Nintendo needs to push more into that direction if they want to continue to be competitive.
If it's not at least as powerful as the Xbox One,
because the Switch isn't competing with other consoles.
No, right now it's competing.
Right now
with
it's competing with this iPad.
Yeah,
this is its biggest competition right now, and this has like 5 times the graphical performance. Now, to be fair, it costs like twice as much. That's not really the point. My point is their next console needs to be more powerful.
And okay, so we're coming up on in 2 days. As of recording this, we're going to be on the 5-year anniversary of the Switch, right?
Yeah. God, that's so weird.
That is weird, but that means we're
ending. Its lifetime is coming close.
We're 2 years out of this thing being done, which means
if it lasts the same life as the 3DS.
We're gonna start hearing rumors about a new console next year, maybe even like this
Okay, there's
year.
been rumors about a new console since the Switch launched.
But like actual rumors, because they're gonna start having to make these things.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna get an actual reveal in 2 years from now.
2025.
2024, we're gonna get the reveal. 2025, it's got to come out.
Yeah.
So if it's not a huge step up when we start hearing about it, they're gonna run into real trouble because game develop while graphics themselves have not had like a huge visual jump.
Yeah.
Even storage wise for games are so much bigger now.
When the Switch released.
If you were to buy a physical disc for Uncharted 4, a game that came out in 2016, and put it into your PS4,
the year before, before the Switch came out.
It would take up 56 gigabytes of storage internally on your PS4, even though it's
Nintendo's still at about a PS3 level.
That is mostly because companies have given up on file optimization.
That's true, yeah.
And Nintendo is the only company still doing it because they have to. Games don't have to be that big.
In the choice
They've just given up on
in the choice of
smaller.
spending the money to port and file optimize a game to Switch and just not releasing it there, they're just going to pick
They're just going to not do it
because
it's not, the audience has to be, like, okay, this one kind of made me upset. Would it have really been that hard to get Kingdom Hearts 2 to run on the Switch? What did Kingdom Hearts 2 come out on? The PlayStation 3?
Yep. No, PS2.
Yeah. That can run on the Switch natively. Why on earth is it cloud?
They did it because it's the collection, and the collection is
Kingdom Hearts 1
games.
runs on the DS.
Yeah.
I think it could run on the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Just a theory.
If they ported them either individually or like actually put time into it, they could all run.
Yeah. The Kingdom Hearts franchise is such a mess. What makes them decide to like make games for the DS or for the Game Boy and then like not for the Switch? Like what causes? Why do they do? Anyway,
the
we're
DS
getting off track.
had 2 exclusive games for the Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, the DS had 2 exclusive games,
and then they did one that was exclusive to the PSP.
Yeah,
because they didn't know what to do.
Because their brain
Square was like, let's do 2 for the DS, None for the PS3, one for the PSP. That'll be a prequel. Release some prologues for the PS4, and then start working on Kingdom Hearts 3, a sequel to a game that came out in 2006. Probably in like
no
2014.
one cares anymore. My bad.
And then we'll just kind of sit around and do nothing for a couple years, and then let's just go back and make a game for the Atari Jaguar. Why not?
Who cares? All right.
We're rich.
Moving on. Speaking of Square Enix, wow, look at that amazing segue.
Oh my gosh.
They were disappointed in the performance of Guardians of the Galaxy as it did not live up to expectations. What on earth were your expectations?
I forgot that game existed the day after it came out.
Like, it wasn't a smash hit.
No,
but it sold fine.
I don't think it sold that well. I think it didn't sell well for two reasons. One, it was a couple of reasons. One, it was revealed like 3 months before it came out that it existed.
And it was marketed horribly.
It had no marketing.
No, it had too much marketing, and none of it was of the actual stuff that was good about the game.
I don't think I saw like no gameplay of it before it actually came out.
Yeah, we did. Every Nintendo Direct for that entire year had like a 10-minute segment dedicated to this game.
No,
you just don't remember because it was so boring and poorly done that no one cared anymore.
Every time I saw a new Nintendo Direct, I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and then I completely forgot once the Nintendo Direct was over. And then it came out, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
They wanted
and I completely forgot.
I bought the game. I've barely played any of it. I started it because there's just so much other stuff to do. I'll get to it eventually, but I've heard it's really good.
Everyone that
its
I've heard
biggest problem was that a year before or 2 years before that terrible Avengers game came out. It just killed anyone's possible anticipation for anything Square was going to work on after that. And so that Avengers game killed Guardians of the Galaxy.
This Guardians game is what everyone was hoping that Avengers game was.
Yeah, and that Avengers game was just so bad.
It was so bad that when the game that they wanted came out, they didn't care anymore.
Guardians of the Galaxy was the same thing, and so no one bought it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a shame.
And it's not. It's a different game.
Everyone I've heard who's played it has liked it and said it was good. The story's good.
They actually focused on crafting the game around one individual character.
Relatively good world building.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bad game.
It's essentially a 80s classic rock playlist as a video game.
Which is pretty much, I mean, that's what you want from a Guardians game.
Modern Guardians stuff.
I don't know why Guardians of the Galaxy became like this 80s nostalgia fan trip. When like the original team was like such a nothing burger in the grand scheme of the Marvel universe, but whatever.
Well, they had powerful characters, and even like Adam Warlock was super important to like the Infinity Saga.
Yeah, but like no one like like they were all like reject like they were all characters.
Yeah, none of them were big characters. And then James Gunn came in with the idea of the...
What if the Suicide Squad is in space?
Well, he came up with the idea of the music specifically and how that's like Peter Quill's connection to Earth or his family or whatever.
It worked.
And then that completely reshaped how all those characters were depicted in it.
Yeah. Anyways, on to TV news, baby.
Let's go, baby.
No trailers.
Sam, we got some. This is a big one here. So Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Punisher, Defenders, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all your favorite Netflix shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be added to Disney Plus on March 16th.
This is surprising. I thought Daredevil had a few more years on his contract.
Part of this was new parental controls will be added to this content because it's all TVMA except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So this is basically R-rated content. This is the first like mature content on Disney Plus.
Weren't they gonna do
Always
something?
Sunny on Disney Plus. Always Sunny on Disney Plus.
Mommy, watch this one.
They had.
Hi, I'm Frank.
So internationally, they had already done this because in the U.S. we have Disney Plus and we have Hulu.
Yeah.
And Disney owns both. And like no one
else. In
else.
other countries, Hulu isn't a thing. And it's just part of Disney
all Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And so there, it's a section. It's like one of the tiles. It's called Star, and it's got all the mature content, and it's like password protected for each account. That's what they're doing here.
I mean, that makes sense
for this stuff, which makes sense. I don't think they're going to be adding a lot of other mature stuff.
I was joking. I think Always Sunny will actually come to Disney
Okay.
Plus.
I think Deadpool.
So I think they're gonna round out the Marvel stuff because I think they want all of them.
Disney Plus's main focus is Marvel stuff.
Yeah, the only reason
Marvel and Star Wars.
The only reason this is going to Disney Plus and not Hulu is because they just want the whole Marvel brand to be on there, and also we're getting Daredevil showed up.
They want to market Disney
Spider-Man,
Plus
and
if you want to watch Marvel stuff, this is where you go.
And we're having characters flow into the MCU. We have Kingpin and Hawkeye, and Daredevil and MCU, and they obviously want to use those characters more.
Okay, you keep talking. I gotta
and
go
so
back.
they need like the base in the actual Disney Plus. Where are you going? Okay.
Tucker, why is Alf on the docket?
Oh, we're gonna talk about Alf later, Max.
We're not gonna.
Don't
No,
you love
we're not
Alf?
talking about Alf.
Max, I think our viewers really care about Alf.
Oh yeah, the 2 viewers.
Yeah, viewers, comment below. Do you care about Alf?
Next step.
And then tell us your favorite.
You don't know. You don't care about Alf, do you? No.
Tell me.
No one else out there knows
tell
about
me all
Alf.
3 of the main puppeteers for Kermit the Frog from the Muppets.
Jim
Max.
Henson, Jim Kenson, and Bim Rinson. Those are the 3 puppeteers.
Yeah, Max. All 3 of them. What was the last one?
Rin Jensen or
Rin
something.
Jensen?
I don't know.
Rin Jensen, my
Just
favorite
change the
puppeteer.
2 letters.
No, but so with the Marvel stuff, I think they're mostly just focusing on the Marvel brand. That's what they want on there. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of other like R-rated stuff go to Disney Plus. Mostly in the U.S. Obviously, it's already there internationally, but in the U.S. we have Hulu, and Hulu makes so much money.
Stupid.
It makes
Mongoid dollars.
stupid amounts of money because of the ads they run on everything. Like it's raking in like millions and millions of dollars. So that's never going. Hulu's never going away, and I don't think they're gonna like.
I think
content to
Disney will
Plus.
add most of the library content of Hulu, at least as far as their first party stuff, to Disney Plus, and then they will just use Hulu as their live TV branch.
I think what they'll do is they'll move all of the M-rated Marvel stuff. So eventually, those weird animated shows Hulu did, those will come over.
Yeah.
All the
What was the one?
all the weird X-Men, like
MODOK.
Legion or whatever, that'll move over.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was even
Like
a thing.
that, all that stuff will come. All the Marvel, and then we might get.
You were saying Marvel's Runaways might be on Disney.
I think it's
Plus?
already on there.
No, it's not.
I love the show where there's a
think it is.
No,
velociraptor
it's
and
Hulu
a
exclusive.
parent cult,
Sam,
and
look
they
it up.
sacrifice
I'm pretty
people.
Sure it's on there.
That
It's
was a
not.
good show.
Sam,
Watched
stall while I prove you
I watched
wrong.
some of it. It was very boring and it sucked.
No, but anyway, so I think
Was
we
it
might
not
get.
on there?
I'm looking, but anyway, we are. I think we'll probably get like maybe Touchstone stuff on Disney Plus.
Touchstone stuff. Well, yeah, that's like basically.
But I don't think they're ever gonna move all of it, especially since like they need stuff for Hulu
they do need stuff for. Well, no,
and
not
live
really.
TV is going away, and so to build a specific live TV like service,
No, it's not going away.
live really,
Presidential debates and sports.
News.
News and
News.
sports will always be live.
we'll have
Sports.
ESPN Plus. Will just be
No.
all the sports.
Okay.
I was right. Runaways is out here. Ha,
It is?
dum dum.
When did it get added?
I think at launch.
At launch?
Yep.
No,
all
it was
3
not on there at
seasons. There's 3 seasons of this show.
That's like the Titans of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I watched like the first season,
Why?
and there was like a weird parent cult, and also a church with a dead lady, something witch lady.
Cloak and Dagger
And
is
then,
also on.
Yeah, it was
here.
really bad. It was not
It
good.
is?
Remember Cloak
I
and
thought that was a
Dagger?
freeform exclusive.
It was. It aired for 1 season. I
That's
think.
why no one watched
That's
it.
why no one knows what Cloak and
That's
Dagger
why no one
is.
cares.
It's
at
just
all.
as popular as the comic book.
I remember.
hang on, wait,
Which is
fine.
to say it is not popular.
I
in
remember
this
like
series.
a single time me and Tucker were like scrolling through the live TV on Hulu.
Oh,
and we
no,
were like,
it's not
hey,
on
look,
here, I don't
Cloak
think.
and Dagger.
Yeah,
and then
I
we
watched
scrolled
part
right
of one
past
episode. I have literally
Marvel?
only seen part of one episode. Anyways,
Hang on.
Like the
now I wanna
Batgirl of
know.
Marvel.
No, it's not on here.
Twisted Metal series has found a home on Peacock. It will star
Oh wait,
Anthony
wait.
Mackie.
Oh, all that Netflix Marvel stuff. I don't know if I said this. It's coming March 16th.
Yeah, we said that.
Okay.
Yeah, Twisted Metal will be on Peacock, the best streaming service that everyone has,
Mm-hmm.
and it will star Anthony Mackie and be a half-hour action comedy series.
Sam,
Tucker, what on earth is Twisted Metal?
look it up right now. It's a PlayStation game.
Tell all the people who don't know.
So if you don't remember, Twisted Metal is it was kind of like I don't really know.
Oh, this is the game that the clown
Yeah,
man's
you're the
from.
clown. You've seen the
I've
clown
seen
guy.
that clown
I
man.
remember
Yeah,
that
what he's
because Donkey watched that one
Yeah.
PlayStation show where they won the
He was
PS
in, like,
Vita.
wasn't he in Mortal Kombat or something?
He was probably in like PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
No, he was in a fight. He was in like a proper fighting game.
I mean,
Wait,
It's
Twisted
probably
Metal
like a
is the one
Mortal
where you
Kombat.
like fight the big
You're
cars
the
with
clown
a
in an
car.
ice cream truck, and you go around and you blow up other
That's
people's
right.
cars.
Yeah. You just
That's
fight
the
other
game.
cars.
And
It looks
now
very
it will be
boring.
a show. So presumably Anthony Mackie will play the clown man.
So I'm guessing they'll use the cars and then change literally everything else.
I'm sure they'll keep the general premise of
Oh
clown
no,
man.
he's in
car.
Twisted Metal, the fighting game, which was developed by NetherRealm Studios.
So Mortal Kombat guys did a Twisted Metal fighting game.
Yeah.
They should have
That's why I
that
thought
guy
he was in
did.
Mortal Kombat.
They should have him in Mortal Kombat, but it's his ice cream truck, and you just drive around the map and hit him with the car.
They should add him to Fortnite.
Oh yeah, Fortnite. All the kids know Twisted Metal guy. Do you care about Twisted Metal that much,
at
Tucker?
this point, what franchise?
Hey Siri, delete podcast.
Okay, at this point, what franchise isn't at least like in some way other than like Nintendo
Literally none.
represented in Fortnite?
Literally not.
Let's try to
No, and you can
pick
connect
one.
Nintendo too because
Okay,
they have
does
games
it
that are
count,
on
like,
there.
Like if I go like Mickey Mouse, like does that count?
Star Wars is on there. Star Wars is Disney. Disney is Mickey Mouse.
Like brands that could like with human characters.
Technically, you could connect everything because like Star Wars is Disney. Disney owns Mickey Mouse. Or you could say like what else is on there? Street Fighter's on there.
We
Street
haven't
Fighter's on
gotten Avatar: The
Nintendo.
Last Airbender stuff, have we?
No, yeah, I guess they could do that. That'll happen when the
Hang
Netflix
with a
show
I don't
gun.
think they would do that because
No, they will.
No,
I don't
when the
think
Netflix
they.
series rolls out, they'll do the Netflix.
Spider-Man has a
versions.
gun, Aang can have a gun.
Yeah, but
Batman can have a gun, Aang
the
can have a
difference
gun.
is Aang is a 12-year-old.
No, but in the new Netflix
So?
show, he'll be like 18.
Spider-Man's like 16 most of the time. He has a gun.
Technically, yeah.
Naruto's 16.
Yeah, but Naruto's from an. No, that's different because Naruto.
Yeah,
like,
Naruto's from a universe
No,
where guns
'cause
don't even
Naruto
exist,
gets-
and he has a gun.
Naruto gets like stabbed and blown up in the show. Like Aang is like
gets
a
verbally
Aang
little.
gets set on fire,
And all his
Yeah, but
family
he's a
gets
cute
killed.
little
and
happy
impaled
dude.
by like a rock.
But he's a cute
His
little
family
happy
is
dude.
burned
And
to
his
death.
family is literally, he sees the mutilated
cute
corpses
little
of his
happy
family and
dude.
goes like mad.
But there's a cute little happy. He's a
The
cute
monkey
little
dude will
happy
be in there
dude.
too. He'll be his back bling.
That would actually be. I would
I'm
actually
still
want
trying to
that. I
think
would
of
buy
a
that.
franchise.
And his pickaxe will
I
be
can
the
think of like
glider stick.
I can think of
That
like
would actually-
Marvel characters who have made their way. Oh,
Yeah, but
we
Marvel
haven't gotten
is
like,
represented.
we haven't gotten like a Friday the 13th or like a Nightmare on Elm
Yeah, they
Street
don't
thing.
have it. Oh, did you see Universal? No,
like
Universal
Miles.
Monsters are coming to
They
Fortnite.
did Xenomorph.
Oh, those like, but that's like Frankenstein and stuff, right?
No, like
Frankenstein
it's
is
a
already in
collaboration
it.
with Universal
Oh,
Monsters.
so hang on, let me see what. That
Yeah, I think I saw
And
it
they
on
look
TikTok.
like fully human too. They don't look like Fortnite versions. Like they look like human characters.
Yeah.
It's really
like it
bizarre.
just looks like Boris Karloff.
I mean,
Yeah.
Xenomorph is on there, so that's kind of
Fortnite
horror-y
collides with
thing.
Universal Monsters an animated series. What?
Yeah, it's weird.
What is this?
Oh, you didn't see this?
Fortnite has stooped so
This-
low
We
at
will
this
be
point.
monster.
This
What?
this flew under your radar.
Where did this happen?
Oh, I learned about this on TikTok.
Oh, this was
Yeah, that's how I
yesterday.
learned. I saw this weird trailer. And I was like, "Is this a
Yeah, so
fan-made thing?"
I saw a trailer where it was just like CGI Universal Monsters characters. I thought, oh, they're making a mobile game. And then I saw X Fortnite, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
It's like the Vampire Diaries version of all of the monsters.
Mm-hmm. Come into Fortnite.
Oh,
baby.
Vampire Diaries isn't on there.
Well, yeah, that's not like a real franchise.
What is this? Is this what is this? Is this just a short film?
No, I think they're adding him to the game.
Wait.
Oh,
Rick
technically,
Famuyiwa did this.
they did do a It thing in Fortnite that one
Does
time.
that surprise you?
What am I looking at right now?
Universal Fortnite team to reimagine the classic monsters with We Will Be Monsters exclusive. Rick
Famuyiwa. He did
Famuyiwa directed the 4-part short form miniseries that will debut on October 28th as part of the Short Nightmares Festival.
So this is their Halloween thing this year.
Yeah. The studio has partnered with Epic Games and it's massive blah blah blah. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Just so I don't get for the people who want to find out, who want to look
Oh,
at
they're doing The
article I'm
Walking
looking
Dead
at.
along with this too.
Yeah, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Mummy, but makes most of the characters multi-ethnic for the first time. Okay, that's good. They're inclusive Fortnite Universal.
Oh, that's
Monsters.
good. I was watching.
I was
Boris
concerned
Karloff,
that
yeah.
Frankenstein might just be a gray man again. This time he'll be multi-cut. He'll be
Yeah.
like each piece of him will be a different ethnic group.
They represent all gender.
That would actually be funny.
I don't-
Watch them actually do that.
No, they'll do that.
He'll have like an
His
Asian
arm will be. He'll
and
have
like
a black
leg.
guy arm. He'll have an Asian woman leg. He'll have half a penis.
Oh God! And it'll be in Fortnite. We live in a
No,
society.
he'll just be a guy. He'll just be a normal guy with stitches.
Yeah. That's
Have
what
they? Oh, they did do Street Fighter in Fortnite.
That was sort of gaming. Well, I guess it is TV news because it's a show. It's not a game
Other
thing.
than Nintendo, did they do Sonic in Fortnite?
I don't think they did.
Did they do Godzilla in Fortnite?
No, but he was in PUBG.
What about King Kong? Did they do King Kong?
That's the same thing.
Okay. Have they done Jurassic Park stuff?
I don't think they have.
They'll do that this year though, because the new one's coming out. They haven't done They haven't done Fast. Have they done Fast and Furious? No, they did, didn't they?
I could have sworn they
did.
did.
I think they added John Cena or something. Twisted Metal hasn't been on there.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that he will be.
I mean, everyone's done it now. Like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, TMNT. Have they done the TMNT guys? Have they done the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh no, they haven't.
That's the next big one right there.
Okay, so they did a prop hunt
with Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
but they didn't act the actual characters, right?
No, they didn't have skins. Okay, anyways, let's move on. John Dimaggio will return as Bender for the Futurama revival at Hulu. So
yeah, remember this was a whole thing.
Yeah, they were concerned that
he wanted more money and they didn't want to give it to him. And then he was like, "Fine, I'll do slightly less money." And they were like, "That's fine."
Cool.
And he was like, "This is really about justice for the fans." And I'm
is
like,
it, or is it about
more cash?
You just wanted some more money. Titans season 4 begins filming.
Sam, Titans is back, baby! Your favorite show,
the best show ever made.
We had casting news a couple of weeks ago.
It really is just the Riverdale of superhero shows.
Now that's how you know it's quality entertainment.
It really is. It's like they're almost made by the same people, I feel.
Remember when they killed off a character because they just had too many characters, and now they're going to introduce more characters?
Remember when Wonder Girl died from just
getting hit by a lamppost?
Grabbing an it wasn't even a lamp. It was just a pole that was electrified for some reason. And she grabs it, saving Superboy, mind you, who would have been perfectly fine if this fell on
electricity. Superboy
grabbed it and killed herself.
Sam,
only to be then revived later on in a different season.
Other than the ones we already know of Brother Blood and Lex Luthor, what other worse versions of DC characters are you excited to see show up?
I can't wait for worse Ra's al Ghul to show up.
Who's left?
They're doing Ra's al Ghul next. They had the Lazarus pit in the last season.
Yeah, did they use it to do Jason Todd stuff?
Yeah.
Which means they'll have to bring him.
Which means they're doing Ra's al Ghul next.
Yeah. Who else have they not done? They're doing Tim Drake right now, right? Has he become Robin yet? Or is he just around?
Right now he's just some guy.
Yeah, they have to make him Robin next season.
And he'll be
which means they have to wait a while.
He'll be Nightwing's Robin.
Yeah, which means they'll have to wait a while to do Damian Wayne.
They won't do Damian Wayne.
Why? Because their Batman is 65 for some reason?
Yes.
Why did they make him so old?
You know what? No, they might, but they'll do it in season 5.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They'll have to wait a while.
Because they'll introduce Talia al Ghul.
With Ra's al Ghul, yeah.
With Ra's al Ghul.
But we know they're doing Hive
I guess
this season.
I
think they're saving that for next season. Because they're doing
Hive. How old would she
Hive
have to
now.
be?
Talia al Ghul?
Yeah, in order for Batman to have a kid with her and have it not be incredibly creepy.
Well, Batman's already a creep.
Unless they just say, like, it happened in the past, and I guess...
I mean, yeah, you could say it was like 5 years ago. Because he was growing in that tank.
Yeah.
They haven't had Superman show up, have they? They're gonna have. He's got to show up at some point, right? Like they're doing Lex Luthor this season, and they already have Superboy on the show and Crypto.
Yeah, but you can't have Superman. There's too many.
Well,
Supermans.
you can't have like the same way they didn't have Batman show up. They had Bruce Wayne show up.
They could have Clark Kent show up. That'd be so lame.
And he'll be like, "Hey, it's me," and then he'll like take and you'll just see like the S on his shirt or something.
They did that whole plot.
But like Superman and Lois is already on TV, so like why not?
That whole plot's so much better in Young Justice. Just go watch Young Justice.
Oh, every character from Young Justice has got to move over here at some point. You know that, right?
Yeah, Young Justice is just
eventually they're
gonna
do Miss Martian, Kid Flash, and they'll do all of them. They haven't done Kid Flash, have they?
Young Justice is the best.
And you know
DC
what?
show.
The Flash has done nothing with Wally West, so might as well have him show up on Titans.
Why not?
You just left the show.
Why not?
Because the writers had no idea what to do with him.
Alrighty. Pokemon Legends Arceus receiving an anime adaptation on YouTube. That's cool. I feel like it'll probably be in the same vein as Origins.
Which is really good.
Which is the best animated Pokemon thing. Which
it's not even that great. It's just better than freaking...
It's pretty good. Like, the animation is incredible.
XY or whatever it was.
I mean, the animation is really outstanding.
It's weird the stuff they were like the quality shorts they actually release on YouTube in comparison to like
the stuff they release on YouTube is like a whole nother level of
like
quality.
They've been doing like the shorts,
like those little short films.
And they did that Bidoof one. They did the Bidoof's Big Adventure. Or whatever.
They did that one music video that just had like absolutely phenomenal animation for no reason.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
And the whole thing was a reference to one line of dialogue in like the first Pokemon game.
That's how you do it, just like Star Wars.
Because if you walk up to the TV when you first spawn, like in the game, it's like there's like it says like you see an image of 4 people walking down a train track, and then that's what's like the going on in the music videos. Those 4 people. Anyway, it's not important.
Taking minor things and just forming them into other things.
Yep. The Penguin Batman spin-off series will be rated R.
Sam.
Okay.
You want to learn about the Penguin?
No.
So so apparently in the Batman, a movie we have not seen, but
not Batman, the Batman,
will have been out for multiple days by the time you actually edit this and release it.
When does it come out?
On Friday. Well, screenings start tonight.
Okay, when does it actually?
It
When
opens
can
on
normal people see it?
Thursday night.
Okay.
But anyway, apparently in that movie he's like not quite the Penguin yet. He's just like a guy.
That's dumb.
And this will be him really becoming the Penguin.
Oh,
meaning
so
at the end of this he'll put on a monocle.
What weird deformity do you think that he's gonna get that makes him look like vaguely more penguin shaped?
They'll like burn his hands or something.
He'll have fused fingers.
Or no, he'll get hit in the eye, and so he'll need a monocle.
How does that make him penguiny?
Well, he doesn't have the monocle.
Oh yeah, because penguins only have one eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I'm telling him in the comics he has a monocle and he's got the top hat. He doesn't have that in the movie.
Yeah,
yet.
but eye injuries don't cause you to need glasses.
Oh, are you saying like what weird deformity is he gonna get?
Yeah, he's gonna get a deformity that makes him look more penguiny shaped.
A little like he's gotta like fuse his hands together or whatever, right?
Does he have fusy hands?
Sometimes he has like it's like three big fingers,
yeah,
like a
in like the animated show.
They'll do that. I
think he'll get plastic surgery.
That's how he was in
nose.
Returns, I think, too, right?
I think he'll do plastic surgery and get a real big penguiny nose.
No. I think he'll just look like a very make-up Colin Farrell.
I hope he just looks like the penguin.
Apparently, they wouldn't let him smoke in the movie.
Why?
They wouldn't let him smoke cigars.
Oh, because that makes it rated R by default.
Yeah. Because you can't watch a guy get violently beat to death, but smoking is a little too much.
Side boob, that's fine. Full butt out, fine. But you smoke one time, you're done.
No, excessive drinking depicted, fine.
That's perfectly okay.
Smoking, too much.
Actual murder, that's okay. Smoking, now
one F-bomb.
Now you've taken it too far.
1 to 2 F-bombs.
No, just 1. 2
no,
if you're...
No, sometimes it's 2. Sometimes if you just sneak another one in there, they won't notice. And they'll just put a PG. That's what happened with Knives Out.
Yeah.
They got 2 in there.
No, I think the second one, they cut it off, though. They cut him, like, it was like... They didn't say the whole word out.
Yeah, that counts. That doesn't count.
What the... And then they got...
Yeah, if you just go free and then they cut it, it doesn't count.
Alrighty.
Shout Factory
has acquired...
Oh, I want to read this one. Shout Factory has acquired the rights to Alf. Alf Sam, with plans to bring the character back in a totally new way with new content, unseen art, and restored footage not seen in 30 years.
This is the moment Alf fans have been waiting for.
According to Shout Factory.
All 9 of them. There are dozens of us.
Sam, Alf is back, baby. Alf, baby.
Alf has always been the turd that Kermit the Frog
go?
pooped out. He went to the bathroom.
Well, he's been in there for like 10 minutes.
Why is Alf even still around?
Sam, we all love Alf here, of course.
No.
We all love Alf.
None of us even... have you even seen Alf?
I've seen a little bit of Alf. I just find it funny.
I find it funny that anyone ever thought that this was
I find it funny
that
it lasted like 5 seasons when it was on TV.
And like, how did it even get greenlit? Like, how did this ever be even considered?
What if we did Family Ties, but there's a Muppet?
There's a weird alien that eats cats here for some reason and ages backwards, whatever that means, even though he's a puppet, so that doesn't really affect the plot at all.
Sam, are you excited for Alf's return?
No.
How long has it been? Since the 90s?
Let's see, when did Alf go off the air?
Because there was the original sitcom ended in like 89 or something.
And 1990.
Yeah.
March 24th, 1990 was the final episode of Alf.
And then they did the animated series, which was like 2 years, and then they did the made-for-TV movie.
Oh, there was a canceled reboot that was supposed to come out in 2020.
Yeah, they tried to do a movie.
Yeah, it would have likely focused on Alf returning to Earth with a new family and characters.
Oh.
In November 2018, it was reported that the reboot was canceled.
Yeah, Warner Brothers tried to do a reboot, but now I think this is mostly just restoring old content. Because Shout Factory is the people who do like
the character
Blu-ray
back
releases
in a totally new way. I think we're gonna get an Alf game. I think Alf the video game's coming.
No, what this really is they're gonna put out a Blu-ray box set with just concept art.
No, you know that who is it? Shirley you know that Shirley Temple DVD collection
What?
You don't know? Wait, no.
No, why would I know about that?
No, okay, you know how we used to watch Cartoon Network a lot?
Oh, yeah.
They used to play it all the time.
Shirley Temple
The ad for the
DVD.
Shirley Temple DVD.
I probably have. I just blocked it out of my memory. I like how you refuse to look up trailers for stuff, but you look up the Shirley Temple box set commercial. You didn't spell it. You cannot spell. You have problems. I hope you can type faster than this normally.
All right, yeah, because I'm typing like this.
Oh, yes!
You have seen it.
Oh my god!
This.
Oh my god! I do remember this.
You've seen it a lot.
And Heidi, America's favorite little darling.
I don't know if this was
Shirley
like Cartoon
Temple
Network. I think
has
this
been
was
on
like
every
entertaining us
channel.
for
It was on like a
generations.
DVD we had.
And
No,
now,
it was on
through this
every channel all the
exclusive
time.
TV offer, you can experience the most comprehensive DVD collection of one of the brightest
Because
stars
this
in
company
film
made
history.
more than
But
one of
you
these. There were
haven't
ones
seen
for
Shirley
other
until you've seen her
40
brilliantly
celebrities
portrayed
too.
in black and white.
Oh my
and
gosh,
in
Sam,
color.
it's in color now.
Presenting the Shirley Temple Little Darling DVD collection.
Oh my gosh.
18 timeless
What are we
films packed
talking
with
about?
hours of unforgettable singing.
This is definitely the weirdest segment the show's ever had.
This is like the best episode.
I think we have to fill the thumbnail with Shirley Temple and Alf now.
Yeah, definitely. And Xboxes.
And Xboxes.
Okay, anyways.
Anyway, Sam,
what were we talking about?
Will Alf ever really return?
No, Alf is dead and it will stay dead forever. It's a dead IP.
We live in an
never should have been revived.
IP-driven world. Everything will be back at some point.
Yes, and some of
It's
those
only
things
a
will
matter
come
of
back.
time.
There's a difference between coming back and immediately going away again.
I don't know. Literally everything's getting rebooted. We rebooted the Wonder Years like a year ago.
Yeah, and how long did that go for?
It's still going.
It is?
Yeah.
Some things come back and then they just go away, like right after.
Alf is, it will be, whether or not it'll last more than like an hour and a half, Alf will be back.
You know what? I think Alf could be huge.
Why, Sam?
I think it was ahead of its time.
It wasn't.
No, listen.
It really wasn't. It
Memes
was Alf.
exist now.
That's true.
Memes didn't exist in the 90s.
Oh my gosh, imagine Alf with TikTok.
Imagine Alf with Twitter.
Oh my, that could be a plot of an episode of the Alf reboot.
This
Alf
could be
gets
huge.
Twitter.
I think Shout Entertainment's onto something. What else do they make? Let's see what else. these guys
I
make.
have a pitch for an Alf
If they
show
make
now.
it like meta and just make it him living in like
Yeah, see, that's the
2022,
thing.
I think it would actually it might be funny.
The original show ends with him getting kidnapped by the government, and it's like in 1990, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alf gets cryogenically frozen for 30 years before being reawakened, and he's living with a whole new family, but it's full of hip and cool tweens and all their fancy new technology.
Okay,
That's a stupid idea.
Alf has to adapt to the internet, social media, and go into middle school.
These
No,
are
he
the
wouldn't be
people who
going
made
to
the Shirley Temple DVD collection.
It's Shout Factory. That's what they do.
They also are the people who made the Evangelion Blu-ray box set.
Yeah, no, that's what they. That's why I said
$600.
this is just a box set because it's what they do. No, Sam, I like my new idea for a terrible, terrible new Disney Channel type Alf reboot.
I think
Where Alf gets
Alf was ahead of its
reawakened from
time.
cryogenic frozen and has to adapt to the internet. And
I
middle
think that
school.
could actually work. I think Alf was ahead of its time now.
Give us a call, Disney, or whoever owns the IP
I
for
guess
Alf.
Shout
They own the-
Media. What is it?
I think we should make
I
a
think Warner
Shout
giant.
Factory.
Warner Brothers owns the actual like IP though, so who send us an email about who we should contact.
No, I think they
to pitch
bought
our Alf show.
I think Warner Brothers sold it to Shout.
They have the because this is just the rights to the Blu-ray though, so I think this
It
is.
is.
Just, yeah, it's a Blu-ray box set. They're not like reviving
They're
Alf.
only selling them the rights to. That makes no sense.
They don't own.
They said that they're making new content, so they have to have some sort of license to make new content.
I don't know. But whoever we need to contact to get our Alf reboot off the ground. We need
I
to
think
get them.
Alf honestly could do better now than it did.
No,
in the
it would
90s.
be a big thing.
Yeah.
Just because Alf has ascended beyond the actual show, where just the existence of Alf is a meme.
Yeah.
So like, if they bring Alf back with anything, it'll be
a meme.
Just because it's Alf.
Yeah. I mean, it was already so
Is Alf on
bonkers and
Hulu
insane.
or something? Where can you watch Alf
Where
right
can
now?
you watch Alf?
Alf. It's on Tubi.
Of course it is.
I'm gonna watch Alf. It's on 4 seasons, 102 episodes.
Why?
Lasted from, let's see here, September 1986 to
Imagine
March
making
of
122 episodes of Alf.
102 episodes.
You know what's sad is that
it's
Tucker
owned by
knows
Warner
more
Brothers.
about Elf than any anime ever created.
Yeah, the series properly concluded with a TV movie named Project Alf, which served as a series finale for the franchise.
Anyway, Rick
Sam.
Riordan has announced that in-person chemistry reads are underway for the characters of Percy, Annabeth, and Grover for the Percy Jackson series. He confirms that no one has been cast.
Yeah,
yet.
so they're still planning on filming in the summer, which means they'll probably finish up casting here in the next 1 or 2 months.
Yeah.
Go off and shoot the show, and then it'll be finished filming
all
in like
hunky-dory from
October,
there.
and then they'll go do 15
Who
months
would
of
you
CGI work.
cast as Percy Jackson?
I don't know. I think they're doing all unknown.
Tom
Holland.
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland and Zendaya,
Zendaya will
as
be
the
Annabelle.
girl.
If this was a Sony movie, they would do that.
Yeah.
And they would make him 25.
I think they still might. I think Tom
Honestly,
Holland...
They're not gonna do
I
that.
think
He
Tom
actually would-
Holland
he
could
probably
be
wouldn't be
Percy
that bad,
Jackson.
though.
He wouldn't. He would not do
I
this.
think
wouldn't be that bad,
Zendaya
though.
could be Annabeth.
You think Tom Holland could play a 12-year-old?
Grover can be Ned, or whatever that actor's name
They'll
is.
just get the
Spider-Man cast.
Willem Dafoe will be.
He'll be. What was the
Will be
teacher's name?
Hades. What?
What was the teacher's name?
Kyron?
Kyron. Yeah, he'll be Kyron.
Willem
Willem Dafoe.
They'll
Kyron.
get John Favreau.
Honestly, the guy who
Zeus.
played Kyron before should play him. Not in the second movie, in the first movie.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll do it.
I think he should. He won't, but I think he should.
Who would play Percy, though?
I think they'll do all unknowns for the main 3, and then
Yeah, I think.
and then like Dionysus and Chiron.
all the gods will. All the gods will be big name celebrities.
One of them will be like kind of well known, and then the rest of them will be like, hey, I
Which
know
one
that
do you
guy.
think is going to be played by Danny DeVito?
None of them.
No, one of them's got to be played by Danny.
None
DeVito.
of them will be
They got to
Danny
have one
DeVito.
crackhead one that's played by Danny DeVito.
Dave, you'll be
Dionysus Danny
That would be
DeVito would actually be
that would be
so
that'd
funny.
be incredible, but they wouldn't do that.
Because his character in the book would fit with,
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be
He's
like
just Frank
he's supposed
Reynolds.
to be like a washed-up alcoholic.
Yeah, he's just well, good, but he can't drink. That's his thing.
That's his whole bit.
That would be
actually
amazing.
could be
no,
so funny.
because it's a TV show. I don't think they'll get like any like huge.
What if they get the guy who plays Dennis to be
Like Glenn Howerton?
Dionysus? Yeah,
That'd be good too.
I think he could play Dionysus.
I don't think he'd do it though.
I don't think he would.
He only.
Charlie Day, Dionysus,
It's always Sunny fan casting Percy Jackson right
and
now.
then Dee.
Honestly, he'd be good for a god
what's the
too.
girl who plays Dee's? What's her real name?
Caitlin Olsen.
She can be Athena.
No.
No, I think it'll be a mostly unknown cast.
Athena's a boo.
I think what they'll have to focus on with this show is I don't think it can really be driven by star power. I think it's got to be like
I think you're right.
because it's got the built-in fan base.
Yeah,
But for it to like reach out kind of beyond that fan base,
It's gotta be good.
It's got to be really good because I don't think it's gonna have like the huge stars.
you know,
or the
I wouldn't be
big
surprised if
CGI
we get
which
some of the
attract
like
people.
Euphoria cast in.
I think
in
they're all
this.
too old. I think they're going like age of book characters, which in The Lightning Thief they were like 11 and 12.
I don't think they're gonna have like 12
Except for
ones.
Grover, who can be a little bit older because
Yeah.
he's a satyr. But like I think Annabeth Percy have to
Okay,
be 12,
I still
or
think
like around.
I still
there.
think all the god characters will be mostly big name actors because they don't have to be in a lot of episodes. They'd be in like one or two episodes max.
They'll be the ones that you know. One of them will be like, oh hey,
Ares
it's that
will
guy.
definitely be in it because he's the big bad at the end of the first book.
Who?
Ares.
Isn't it Hades?
No, remember Ares is in the city.
Well, no, Luke's the
and he
big bad.
fights him. No, that's like that's like a big plot twist way later on. Remember Ares is
spoiled
like
it.
he's in the. I don't remember where the book ends. They're fighting Ares because he wanted to manufacture the war because he's the god of war. Hades was just sort of around, sort of just got caught up in this. Wasn't even really trying to do anything. Ares was the one who was revealed. He was behind the whole thing. And then he fights Ares. Ares is like, okay, whatever, I give up.
No, I think.
And then Percy flies home, and then Zeus doesn't kill him.
I think Zeus will be a guy you know.
I think. Oh, I had an
And
idea.
then maybe Poseidon will be a guy you know.
Hoffman.
What?
Star-Lord's dad will be Zeus.
What? I never can remember. He's a really famous actor.
Yeah, that's I can't remember
I
his name
cannot
either.
ever remember his name.
But he looks like he should play Zeus.
I almost got it.
Hasselhoff.
No, that's not him.
Yeah, it is. It's
No,
David
it isn't.
Hasselhoff, right?
David Hasselhoff is a different guy.
Hey, hang on.
He was in that for 4 seconds, but he wasn't. I am.
Is it? I thought it was.
Why can I not remember? Everyone's gonna hate me because they all know it. Kurt Russell.
Oh, Kurt
You're thinking
Russell.
of Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Kurt Russell should be Zeus.
Nah.
He was in.
I think any
he
of
was
the
in,
teenage characters, most of them will be Disney Channel guys. And then
This looks like Zeus.
No, they should get
Oh
Ryan.
yeah,
Reynolds.
here we go. Tell me that wouldn't be like the perfect Zeus.
well, it depends on what they're going for.
They're going for this.
No,
I'm
but,
telling them to go for this.
I think Percy will be unknown. Annabeth will be unknown.
Yeah, for sure. Grover
will be a Disney Channel kid.
Yeah,
And so will most of the other kids at Camp Half Blood. They'll be Disney Channel people.
yeah. Jason and
Because
Grover will.
that's
be.
always the pool they pull from whenever they need like young actors. They just
Yeah.
pull from the Disney Channel bucket. And then like most of the gods will be like semi well-known TV actors.
One of them will be big,
and then one of them
will be like
one
super
of them will be like a big name, who
like a
was,
Jim Carrey, like a big name,
like a big who was big a while ago, but maybe not as big now,
Yeah.
and he needs money.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler as Hades.
that would actually be great.
If he can't go on vacation to film it, he's not doing it.
Oh, who would be a good Hades?
All right, I'm Hades.
No. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp would be a great Hades.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, he is
No.
fired.
Sort of
from
like a
it.
stoner crackhead.
I think he's
Hades,
against the Disney brand right now. I don't think they want him.
Yeah, no one
It's too
wants to touch
controversial
him.
for the Disney brand.
even though he didn't even do anything.
Even
We're
though
not
he
getting into
got
that.
accused of abusing someone, and that's enough for them.
Leaderboard for the Oscars.
So I don't know if we talked
favorite.
about this last week. So we did talk about how they cut a bunch of categories last week.
Yeah.
But they're doing this. They're doing two really dumb Twitter polls as essentially awards.
Yeah.
One of them is the Oscars fan favorite, which is just the most tweeted about movie during a certain period of time
Yeah.
with the hashtag wins, and then like all-time
The Oscars-
favorite movie moment.
No. It was the Oscars moment. The moment that made you go,
Yeah.
in the theater. And the nominees were the Spider-Man team-up swing moment from
Let me
Spider-Man No
pull
Way
up.
Home. The Avengers Endgame Avengers Assemble moment, which is going to win. The moment where the Flash rewinds time in the Snyder Cut. And
It'll be
one
Spider-Man.
other one that I don't remember because Avengers is going to win.
It'll be Spider-Man.
So they put out the damn ball.
It's not going to be Spider-Man, Max.
No, it'll be Spider-Man because people will go, "Oh, those are the guys
Okay, I
that I
can't
know."
find it.
Yeah, there's recency bias, but more people saw Endgame.
That's just not
Okay.
true.
It is true.
Well, yeah,
What do you
So
mean
they-
that's not true.
They put so for the favorite.
Yeah, but more
for
people
the
care about
Oscars
Spider-Man
fan
now.
favorite. It's only movies that came out last year.
Yeah.
But only certain ones that had to play in theaters because for some reason they have that really dumb archaic rule as a thing. So it's one of these ones will be the winner.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead, the Cinderella Amazon Prime film,
What?
Dune, Malignant, Minamata, The Power of the Dog, Sing 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, Suicide Squad, Tick Tick Boom.
What horrible nominees.
Last time anyone checked, Cinderella was winning and Army of the Dead was
What?
number 2. Army of the Dead because of the hardcore Zack Snyder boys and because Zack Snyder's Justice League was not allowed to be nominated because it didn't release in theaters. Cinderella was winning one because...
Army of the Dead was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
But Sam, who made it?
Zack Snyder's butthole.
Oh my gosh, people be loving Zack
he took
Snyder.
a big dump in the
He's
theater
got
and
a
called
big
it Army of the Dead.
He's got a big fan base. They love him.
Why
They'll
were there
watch anything
cyborg
he
zombies
does.
that they literally never explain?
They're gonna explain it in the sequel because the
Anime
prequel already
on
came out.
Netflix. When did it come out?
The prequel,
Yeah.
Army of Thieves, it came out like 4 months after the original.
yeah,
came
that's
out.
right. I forgot. That doesn't count.
They did that, which was a prequel. They're gonna do a sequel called Land of the Dead.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about Army of the Dead.
Anyway, Sam, which one do you think will win?
Out of those, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I don't think it'll win. I think Cinderella was winning last time anyone checked by like a while.
How?
Because it's a funny meme.
Oh.
People,
Okay. Whatever.
what was the internet gonna do when they announced this? They were gonna meme them. They cut the best score category to make way for the Cinderella gets an award from Twitter category. That will be the funniest thing in the show.
This will just
because
become
it'll win.
No, this will become the nominee for like worst movie.
No,
of the year,
it'll
basically.
become the yearly meme award.
Yeah.
Where every year they'll
They
come
just
out
vote for the worst
and then
movie.
Emoji Movie 2 will
Yeah,
win the
wins the
Oscars
award.
fan favorite.
All right, Euphoria is the second most watched HBO series of all time behind Game of Thrones. That makes sense. I mean,
Viewership is up.
Every single time an
You have to-
episode
you need
comes
to
out,
scroll
they're,
down
like,
on
for
the-
the entire
And
day, just
literally
talks about
viewership
Euphoria.
increases.
Sam,
Yeah.
scroll
every
down.
episode.
Yeah.
I think they said season 3 is coming out in like 2024 or something.
What? When did they say that?
I don't know. I think it was in a Twitter post.
There's
or
no
something.
way that they're this. What?
It takes so long to make.
The
a
actors
show
are gonna
about
be way too
teenagers.
old by then.
They're already all like 30.
Yeah, but they look relatively young. Like they're not gonna look
Full time
that
jump.
young now.
Those Stranger Things.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all
hang on.
pretending to be 15 or whatever, and they're all 32.
There's no because they left it on like a huge cliffhanger. They're not gonna wait 5 years to make the next.
How
season.
long wasn't it? Like 2 years in between 1 and 2 though. Or
Was
3
it?
years, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch season 1 when it came out.
Sam, let's move on to movie news. We got a trailer. We got 2 trailers for movie news, Sam.
Ooh.
Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledinkus trailer 2.
You put it Dumbledinkus.
Dumbledinkus, the best character in Harry Potter. We have massive respect for this community. We love you so much and don't think you're all weird.
You're definitely not all 22-year-old women
Sam.
that think it's the best thing ever
I have-
created.
no,
Like,
they all hate it now because of J.K. Rowling. Or they don't. No one really knows.
No one knows anymore.
You're
Johnny-
either-
Are
Warner
we
Brothers
supposed to
doesn't
hate
know.
J.K. Rowling? What are the rules now?
I think we're supposed to hate J.K. Rowling and we're supposed to like Harry Potter. And then we're
Right.
supposed to feel lukewarm towards the Fantastic Beasts film.
all Harry Potter fans are either 12 or 22, and they're all
no,
women.
not 20, like 24. No,
24.
like 25.
No, they're all like 30 now, right? Like if
Yeah.
you were
30,
if you
yeah.
were like 12 when the first book came out, what are you,
Yeah.
like 30 now?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And
Harry
Potter's a weird fan.
woo!
I like how they've just
I love
suck.
worst Star Wars.
I love that they've just moved away from the Fantastic Beasts thing.
Harry Potter is
Like
so
it's
boring.
just the it's just the Harry Potter
Harry Potter
Wizard
prequel
War.
stuff. Yeah.
I think they didn't call it the Wizard War because that's too much of a tongue twister.
I think people can say Wizard War.
The Harry
Unless
Potter
they called
Wizard
it
Wars.
the Winter War of the
The
Wizard
Winter War of the
Wonderland.
Wizard Winning.
Like if they did it a bunch of W's.
no, I think they just wanted to draw in a
the
new
Wizarding
audience.
World's Wizard War.
I think they didn't want to connect it too much to
I
Harry
think
Potter because then the new
originally-
people.
No, now they want to connect it more to Harry
Originally, it was
Potter.
Yeah,
supposed to be
because-
more of a spin-off, but I think
Yeah,
at the time,
But
And then
now
they
no one
realized
cares
more
about
people will
it.
show up if they just put Dumbledore in the
Mhm.
movie, and they were like, "Why don't we just make one about Dumbledore?"
just make the whole movie Dumbledore, and they were like,
And then
okay.
they were like, "Well, people don't really care about like the travel around and fight a beast thing.
Look,
Why
it's
don't we
an
do it
old
just
wizard
they're just
guy."
shooting lasers at each other?"
But the only IP we have ongoing is Fantastic Beasts, so we'll just throw him in the movie
We'll
just
just
so.
do-
Look
Watch at some
that
point
little guy.
because I think this is supposed to be set like 40 years before.
But he goes like this.
At some point, they'll do a time
Tucker,
jump, and baby Harry
goes
Potter
like
is going to
this,
show
and
up.
he goes like this.
That's so goofy.
He does that.
Ezra Miller's in this film.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the bad guy.
Johnny Depp was
Yeah.
fired from this film
He was. That's true.
and replaced with Mads Mikkelsen,
Yep, who was just a knockoff of Liam Neeson.
who should have just played him in the first one.
Yep.
No. I'm not criticizing Johnny Depp, but he was totally miscast in that movie. He's a
I
weird,
didn't
weird
even
man.
see it.
I know, but what I heard, he was a weird, weird man.
Could have just been Jared Leto.
Should have been Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's your default.
Speaking of Jared
you need a
Leto,
weirdo.
Sam, Morbius final trailer.
Let's go,
Morbius,
baby.
the most anticipated comic book film of
It's a
2022 out of the
Marvel
3,000.
legend according to the Cinemark trailer.
They keep saying that, and they put it in the new trailer.
They keep saying he's a Marvel legend when
no
one's ever
they're
heard of
calling
him.
him a new Marvel legend.
That's not how legends work.
Because they can't put Marvel above the title, so they have to
True.
just say Marvel. Sam, you love Marvel, right?
I like Disney Marvel.
You like Marvel. You'll like this. This is kind of Marvel.
I don't like the
sort of
spunk.
like if Marvel sneezed on Vampire Diaries.
What if Marvel didn't improve in between the years of 1998 and 2022?
No, this is like a 2003 movie that just like sort of snuck into 2022.
Yeah.
Like if this movie came out in 2003, I wouldn't. This would have been par for the course. It would have fit right in with Daredevil, Elektra,
Or
Blade. It would have been. It would
Even
have
if
fit
this
right
came
in.
out like 10 years ago, like during the Twilight craze or
that
whatever,
also would have
would've
made
made a
perfect
lot of money.
sense.
But like
This is the worst and
What
dumbest.
is this?
What is this?
Why? Why this
You
character?
know what's sad is that people will think it's the best movie ever
Straw
because
Hat
it's
Goofy
new.
is gonna love this movie.
He's gonna
He's
"This
gonna
is a
think this is the best movie ever
Sam,
made.
if
This
you
is a
sent
great
him a
movie because-
toaster with a Star Wars sticker on it and told him it was
Be like, this is the greatest
I
toaster of all
told him it
time.
was Mandalorian season 3. I think that's what it is.
He's like, here's 10 reasons why this toaster is the best toaster ever. Number 1, it says Star Wars. That's not even how he talks.
It makes toast.
So we gotta talk about how in
So we
this
have
part
to
of the
talk
movie,
about this one obscure frame from this one show I just watched.
So in
I
this
don't watch
Marvel
my
movie,
TV on a TV. I watch it on
I
a
watch
computer.
Goofy talking
And
about
then
it
I
on
film it
TikTok.
on my phone. I film my computer with my iPhone.
Oh, did you see that the Star Wars hotel is now open to
Their
influencers?
reviews
pretty
just
much
came
only?
out. Everyone hates it.
Oh, shocking.
They said it feels like being in prison
Well,
because their hotel rooms have no windows.
yep. Well, it has the fake space window.
Woo!
woo!
Anyway, Morbius, Sam.
Did you see?
Did you watch the trailer?
No, I didn't even know there was a new trailer.
Vulture's in it a little bit more.
That's great. Good for him.
It's mostly just him doing the same stuff we saw. in the last
Great.
one.
Okay, great.
Did you see Star Wars Theory's pitch for like what his Star Wars stay park thing would
Is
have
it
been?
slightly better than this one?
Oh no, it's entirely better.
What is it?
So he
Is it
came.
like
his
Ewok Planet?
idea was like, no, it's a big temple. Half of it's a Jedi.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about
yeah,
this.
half of it's a Jedi
we
temple.
talked about it when the
Half
trailer
of it's
came
a
out.
Sith temple, and then that way you got to go twice.
It should have just been a temple. It
Yeah.
should have just been a Jedi temple.
Yeah,
Why did they make it a big dumb spaceship?
I don't know.
Why did they make it a big dumb spaceship?
Why did
without
they
windows?
focus on the worst part of
Why
all
can
Star
you
Wars
only
lore?
stay there for 2 days, and why can't you leave?
Okay, what was everyone's least favorite part of Episode 8?
The movie.
No, what was everyone's least favorite part?
Luke being dumb.
You're getting it wrong. What was the worst
whole movie
part?
being pointless.
Stop saying the whole movie. The Luke's part was like the only good part.
Canto Bite.
Yes. What? So what did Disney do?
Make
They
Canto
made
Bite.
Canto Bite real, baby. Let's go.
Can you gamble on it?
They do have an adult-only drinking section, bar place.
Nice.
Sorry,
They
kids.
literally
They need to open.
they took the part of Star Wars everyone universally agrees is the worst part,
Canto Bite.
and that's the part that they made real.
You know what they need to do? They need
Stop.
to open a. They
They
need to
need to
open like a
stop.
Disneyland casino in Las Vegas. And it's all Disney themed gambling. Like all the poker chips have Mickey's
Sorry,
face
kids.
I don't
Mom
think
and
they
Dad
would,
are
I
going
don't think
to
they want to be
Disneyland.
associated with that.
on them. With gambling.
Yeah.
What if it makes them money?
That's a
Not if they can't-
good point.
Yeah, but not if they can't charge for kids tickets though.
Yeah,
well,
that's
obviously,
true.
it would, of course, it would cost $4,000 to get in.
No, they'll just make a. What's an IP that would lend well to gambling that they own?
Star Wars.
No, that's too kid friendly.
I don't know. What do they have about gambling? Do they own Ocean's 11?
No,
Maybe.
Mhm.
no, they
Let's
don't.
find out if
Maybe
they own
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That would be fun. Pirate themed gambling thing.
Yeah, like a pirate theme.
That's never been done before.
Why not?
Has it, Max?
Yes,
How many
I
pirate
guarantee you.
themed casinos have you been to, Max?
I haven't been to any casino.
Apparently, this man has just been to all the pirate themed casinos.
No, I've never gone to a casino.
many times.
Sam.
quaint.
When are they gonna do Pirates of the Caribbean 6?
When Johnny Depp becomes.
Okay, can we move on to
Touchable
the
again.
next thing and stop going on random tangents?
Post credits,
TV
he's the
show.
sixth one. of
Okay,
the last
what's the next?
movie.
Beetlejuice 2 moving forward with Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder.
Cool. Next
Reprising
thing.
their roles, Brad Pitt's company Plan. Ooh, that's a name. Plan B is producing. Filming is hoping to begin in the summer.
Wait, the name of his company is Plan B.
Mhm.
That's a great.
I think it's supposed to be like Plan A didn't work out. We're doing Plan B.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
but
a great
Plan B
name.
is also.
I know it's a birth control thing. I don't think that was the intention. Because it just sounds like he wants to abort every project.
they've never followed through on a
And
single.
the movies are always about to come out, and then they get rid of them.
Well, no, Plan B is like it's like the morning after thing. But anyway,
It's the day after they start shooting.
yeah, they can the project.
No, the day after it comes out, they remove it from everything and completely get rid of it
It's
on
only in
everything.
theaters for one day.
It's
one
on
day.
it's in theaters for
Okay.
one day.
Anyways, our weird birth control Brad Pitt jokes aside.
Sam, Beetlejuice 2. Why is it happening now?
Because it blew up on TikTok a while ago.
Right, they did that stage show, and everyone likes that show, right?
Yeah, and all the songs like were huge. Like
Is Tim Burton?
Beetlejuice
Tim Burton
almost,
coming
I
back?
would say, is credited for like.
I think if you ask
songs on
teenagers,
TikTok
I think
being a
most of them
thing.
wouldn't even know it's a film, or they
Probably
think the
not.
film is based on the musical.
All right, Indiana
on.
Jones 5.
But wait, are they doing a?
We need to talk more about Beetlejuice. There's
Is
not a
Tim
lot to
Burton
talk about
coming back?
Beetlejuice.
That's all I want to know.
I really don't even
Okay,
know
can we
about
stop talking about Beetlejuice
I need
now?
the truth and the whole truth, Beetlejuice.
I don't think Beetlejuice is coming. I mean, not Beetlejuice. I don't think Tim Burton's coming back. You can't do that without Tim Burton.
I think you can.
It's like the whole thing was a Tim Burton thing.
I think you can do it.
Anyway, would you like to see an elderly Beetlejuice?
No. Indiana Jones 5 wraps filming. Speaking of elderly men reprising roles that they're way too old for, Indiana Jones is done filming.
It's wrapped in February of 2022. It comes out in July of 2023.
The 2 live-action shots are done. They got both of them. The CGI is they're just starting it now. So the movie's going to come out in 2 years.
I do think... Obviously, this is going to need a lot of CGI time. One,
I think it'll come out early next year.
No, it's already got a date. It's July of 2023. Or June, I think. It's summer.
Well, I wasn't too far off.
But, it's going to take a long time to animate because anytime Harrison Ford is doing anything other than standing and talking, he's going to have to be either a stunt double or a computer.
Yeah, given he almost...
can't run.
It's going to be like
He's
Boba
so
Fett.
old he can't run.
It's going to be like Boba Fett where all the action is just him going...
Remember when he broke his leg like a week into shooting or whatever and it delayed filming like 3 months?
Yep. Remember that time he almost died in 2 plane crashes that he caused?
All right, guys, here we go.
Harrison Ford.
National
Treasure. How old is Harrison Ford?
He's like in his 80s.
He's like 70.
No, I'm pretty sure he's 80.
No,
Harrison
like
Ford
70.
is...
He's not that old.
79.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
right.
so basically
Well,
80s.
close.
Oh
But
my god.
well, last time I checked, it was like 7. Well, it was a while
He's gonna
ago.
die before
was
it
like
comes
76.
out.
Okay.
He dies.
Has 5 kids.
He dies the day
Yeah.
it comes out.
He's
Tucker,
been
stop stepping
divorced
on the wire.
twice.
Tucker, you're so
Tucker, put your
dumb
foot
and
under the
stupid.
cord.
I don't know where your cord is.
It's under your foot right now. Okay, there
Stop
you go.
raising your feet up.
Okay. Yeah, it's all cool. Ariana DeBose cast as Calypso in the Kraven the Hunter movie for
Sam.
For the
Sony.
spunk.
She is a Spider-Man villain, an occasional love interest. Character is a voodoo princess who uses potions.
Priestess.
Whatever. Who uses potions as a weapon.
Sam. The Kraven the Hunter movie is coming together. They're gonna start filming soon.
I bet they
Great,
are.
next thing.
Steven
That comes out in
Spielberg to
January.
direct a
Tucker, shut up.
film about the character
Frank Butt.
Frank Bullitt.
Bullet. Who on earth is
Frank
Frank
Butt.
Bullet?
Okay, so in the 1960s,
That is Frank Butt.
Well,
there
that's
was
a
a
good
movie
start.
called Bullet, which was like an action kind of cop film
Mm-hmm.
with Steve McQueen, and it was based on a book. There was one book.
Not Lightning McQueen.
No, not around. That was like 30, 40 years later.
No, he was probably born though, right?
The car? Yeah, why not?
Oh my good sir. Wow.
So, anyway, in the 60s, there was this character. He was in one movie. He was played by Steve McQueen.
Hang on. What on earth was that? What is that?
I wonder why our
Is that
podcast is so
like
bad.
a 1940s Lightning McQueen with a gun?
Oh, Sam, I think this computer just lost connection to one of the mics. Let's check.
Oh, yep, Max. Plugged in.
Max, you absolute idiot.
Okay, it's back. We're good.
Anyway, so what was Max talking about?
I don't know. Lightning McQueen?
Sam.
Hello, ka-chow.
Hello, ka-chow. This is real loud.
Are they? Okay, no, my mic is hooked. Max, talk? Oh, no, his... Hey, Tucker, you talk?
Hey, everybody, what's going
Yours is
on?
on there twice or so.
Look at our audio setup, everybody. It doesn't work very well. Max, you absolute dinkus. Hey, okay, anyway. So, in 1968, there was a movie called Bullet, which was about a police guy who has to hunt down a guy who, like, framed someone else. Or
With
something.
Lightning
I forget
McQueen?
what it's about. Looked it up earlier. Anyway, so it was based off a book. There was one book. And so they only made the one movie, and then they never made another one. And so Steven Spielberg has decided he wants to make another movie about this character, even though Steve McQueen is dead. The
Right.
movie came out like 60 years ago, and there's no other source material. So it's gonna be an original film. It's gonna be a whole new idea. It's gonna be a standalone sequel. And obviously, everyone's gonna be a new actor because Steve
So
McQueen
then
is
that
dead.
raises the obvious question. Not just make a new thing. And you can't even make the argument of, well, do you know the name? Because no. Nobody knows the name. No one knows what that is.
I think it's
Frank
just,
Everyone who
Butt.
was a fan of that is dead or unable to see movies.
Well, I think he's just doing this because he has a personal interest in the character.
Just make a new thing. You can't even. The character's not even in it. He's dead. He's not even in it.
Well, Steve McQueen is dead, but that character isn't dead.
Yeah, but if they
but the movie's not about the character.
No, guys, hear me out. Hear me out. Okay.
Was Frank Bullitt the main character?
He was the guy in the movie. Steve McQueen was the actor.
Right, but so it's a different thing.
Okay. Here's an idea.
Like it's the different guy.
Bullet X Cars.
Shut up, Max.
Max, what are you saying?
I think I think he likes this movie. I think he had an idea for like
Or
a follow up
like a million years ago.
and he's Steven Spielberg, so he'll just make
So
it.
he gets to make it,
And it'll
'cause
probably
that's what
be
he
really
do.
good.
Yeah, it'll
'cause
probably
it's
be
Steven
fine.
Spielberg.
Well, okay, unless it's a Ready Player One, and then it'll be like kind of not.
Okay,
so
but
good.
the next
he
thing-
didn't do that. He put his
Next
name on it.
Hey,
thing.
you
Let's
know
go,
what? You know
next
what though? The
thing now.
metaverse was in
He
that
directed.
movie.
He directed 4 shots for Ready Player One.
Ready
and then
Player
the rest
One
of it was a
was
computer.
That was
a
such a
metaverse.
great
West Side Story
movie.
was real good.
You know what West Side
That was
Story
pretty good.
wasn't? The
Ready
metaverse.
Player
So
One?
Ready Player One's basically better.
I don't think Bullet will be a metaverse thing though.
Well, then it's just not going to live up to the Web 3.0 standard, Tucker.
We're gonna have to delete it.
It's not cool enough. Okay.
Sam, speaking of Disney films,
Oh, let's open
they
that.
revealed their entire slate through 2027. Kind of.
I hate the way Google Docs.
What they
link.
do is they put out a big list of everything coming out
On Twitter?
all years. That's all. It's in like a press release.
Why on earth did they put it on Twitter?
Because it's like a press release and then people just
Because
re-upload it.
Okay.
Twitter.
We got Tolkien, Aladdin.
Oh, that's 2019, Sam.
Oh yeah, no, that's all old stuff.
This is go to
That's
the next
all
page. There you go. This is your films.
Untitled Marvel, Untitled Pixar, Untitled Marvel, Untitled Disney,
How old is this tweet?
Untitled Pixar.
Hang on.
Untitled Disney, Untitled Marvel.
Wait, I
Untitled
think-
Disney, Untitled Disney.
Oh, that's the old version. Hang on.
Oh man, I can't wait for Untitled Disney,
Sam, that's
Untitled
Untitled
Marvel,
Star
Untitled
Wars, I
Disney,
think, might be my
Untitled
favorite.
Pixar, and
I put out the
Untitled.
2019 version. Let me pull up the new one.
Oh, and we
Install.
can't forget Untitled Star Wars coming out in 2024.
There's
Or
nothing coming
Avatar
out
3, which
for
is still slated for 2023.
2027.
Or Avatar 4, which is slated for 2025.
Sam, you know what I can't wait for? Untitled Marvel.
You're using up all your jokes because it doesn't change that part.
Hey, you know what I'm looking forward to? Untitled Pixar.
Just put the image. Google.
Which one?
Don't.
There's like 7.
Oh, it's the Untitled Pixar one.
The one that doesn't come out in theaters?
The one that says Untitled Pixar.
Okay, I can send you the. Well, I don't. That's not.
Ooh,
I
Sam
don't
broke
like
his
this website.
iPad.
Sam, keep stalling.
Okay, wait a minute. This list came out in 2019, right?
Yeah.
This is pretty much, they stuck to it. Like, look. Like, that's
this from?
Turning Red. That's, Lightyear.
Mhm.
The Disney live action, we don't know. That could be anything.
For what date?
This whole thing.
I know, but which date were you talking about? If,
We have,
May?
yeah, we have June. That's
I don't know
Lightyear.
what
We
that is.
have, this month, the 18th. That's Turning Red, right?
January.
Is that coming out this month?
I think so. Untitled Marvel.
one's
That's Spider-Man.
Tucker, stop
For what
stepping
day?
on the
The first one.
cord.
The February.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it could be Eternals. That's Eternals.
I saw a girl with an Eternal
Yeah,
shirt
they
today.
stuck to this whole thing. This is
Interesting.
accurate as of yet.
Okay, here we go. Here it is.
It's fairly
It's
impressive.
on a weird website that is not great.
I saw a
but
girl with an
here it is.
Eternal shirt today, and I was just very sad. That a single person
Max, her
thought that
parents
movie was
bought
good.
that for her. She didn't buy that.
Okay, Sam, it's
No,
on the doc
but
now. If
she
you wanna go
wore
to
it
the
to
new link.
school. That's the problem.
Well, she probably wasn't really thinking that much about it, whether or not some random 12-year-old was going to judge her outfit choice. All right.
Okay. Not 12.
You're gonna have to scroll down for a bit. Click out of that.
Same one. You just sent it again.
No, I didn't. You just
Untitled
clicked the old tab.
Marvel.
This?
Yes, scroll down.
My gosh.
Okay,
There you
here
go.
we go. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Moodness.
So this is the updated one. So there's still untitled stuff. Like
Bob's
Ooh,
Burgers,
Bob's Burgers, my
Lightyear,
favorite.
Thor,
the
Untitled
Banshees of-
Searchlight. That's
Ooh,
interesting.
Untitled Searchlight.
Untitled 20th Century. The Bashness of Inshurin.
Banshees.
The Banshees of Inshurin.
The limited release. That's another Searchlight thing.
What does that even mean? Untitled 20th David O. Russell. I can't wait for the Untitled 20th David O. Russell.
So that's a 20th Century Studios project.
Oh, it's not
with David
they're
O.
not
Russell.
they're not making a new
No,
David O.
no.
Russell.
Yeah, no.
This
They're
isn't
not
the release
making
of the
the
20th
20th
Have you
David
seen
O.
that?
Russell.
We don't know what
Who on
it
earth
is.
is David O. Russell?
There's 20 movies.
made
20 movies, apparently, or 19 movies. The
no, he's only
20th
made
is coming out
4
soon.
movies.
No, according to this list, it says
He
Untitled
made-
20th David O. Russell.
That's the 20th
So they're making the
one.
20th one, right?
There's
His
19.
he made American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook,
Never-
Anchorman. No, that wasn't.
I've never heard of any of those.
I've
You've
heard of
never
the Silver Linings.
Silver Linings Playbook or American Hustle?
No, I've never. What is that?
It's like a drama about like greedy corporate people in like the 70s. Anyway,
I've never heard of that. ever.
anyway, but his next thing has like
Can't
like
wait for the 20th.
like has like
David
the
Russell.
greatest cast ever assembled. It's like Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, Mike
I wonder
Myers.
if he's making Wolf of Wall Street 2.
Chris Rock is in it.
Fox of Wall Street.
Taylor
Fox
Swift
of
is in
Wall
it.
Street.
Taylor Swift is in it, and her follow-up role from her debut in Cats.
Wait a minute. Do you think that it could be?
Cats 2
You think that just maybe we're getting
Cats
Cats 2
with David O. Russell.
with David O. Russell directing?
No, the
Because
premise
think
is.
about it, Cats had an
Sam,
all-star
want me to
cast.
want me to read you the premise?
It's Cats?
It's one sentence.
Oh, goody.
A doctor and a lawyer form an unlikely partnership.
Whoa.
That's the synopsis of
Doctor
Whoa.
and who?
a lawyer.
That's it?
Yep.
It's lame. All right.
Anyway,
Aside from Untitled 20th David O. Russell, we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Strange World, which that's
the new Disney animation thing.
yeah.
That's their next animated,
Avatar 2,
which is still on the schedule for this year.
That will not come out.
It
This
will
year.
not come out this year.
And Untitled 20th Century. I thought
For,
it was
like,
the
Christmas
20.
Day.
I thought we're in the 21st century now, and I thought it was already titled.
Wait, they made 19 century movies?
Apparently, there's been 19 centuries.
They should just make like
Here I thought
they
we were
should
already
make
on
like
the
9-hour documentaries about just every century.
Okay, it's 2023 films. We have the Marvels. That makes sense.
This is some of our new confirmed dates. So we have a new date for Haunted Mansion,
Ooh.
which that's supposed to start shooting
Guardians
soon.
3. It's
That
about
also
time.
got a date for May 5th. That's also new.
Little
So is
Mermaid. The new one, the live action one.
yeah, which finished filming like last year,
But it's 90% CGI.
but so much of it's CG.
Yeah.
It's gonna take that long.
Untitled Pixar. Okay, cool. Untitled Indiana Jones. Is this the 5th one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're calling it that because it's always Indiana Jones and the whatever
Yeah.
of the whatever,
Indiana Jones in the butthole of your mom.
or the butthole of eternity.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania with the best logo ever.
They changed it now.
We've seen it.
We've
They
Sam.
seen it.
changed it though.
Yeah, I know, but it
They
was so
changed
good.
it back.
It was
because
so good.
bad.
It was unreadable.
That was the best logo I'd ever
It
seen.
was cool.
Sam, I wonder if their like evil plan was like before they officially revealed the title and they didn't even want like the crew to know.
Yeah, it was just like.
And so the crew was like, "What is the movie we're
What are
working
we working on? Ooh, woo,
It's
woo, woo,
Ooga
woo,
Booga.
woo,
Oh, you guys want to go see the new Ant-Man? What is it called? Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, dyslexia.
All right.
Everyone
and
gets
then we
tested for
have,
dyslexia because they can't read it.
Untitled Disney animation.
Yes. I was so waiting for that one. That one's my
Untitled
favorite.
Disney live action. And Rogue Squadron for 20.
Rogue Squadron's back on the calendar too, which is interesting.
And then we have, good, I love these. Untitled Marvel, Untitled Pixar, Untitled Disney,
know what I
Untitled
can't wait
Marvel,
for?
Untitled
That
20th
Untitled
Century.
Marvel.
Again, even though we just had the last one. Untitled Pixar animation, Untitled Disney live action, Untitled Marvel, Avatar 3.
Sam,
Ooh,
Avatar
baby,
3
I
is
can't
that
wait
really
for
gonna
Josh will be titled Avatar 3 because
Oh no, all the avatars have titles.
they didn't say no, they didn't say Untitled.
Yeah, no,
Says
they're all
Avatar
have titles. They're all Avatar 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
They're following the Sony method.
And they're doing Star Wars every other
2025
year.
just Star Wars,
For now.
Well,
and then
Why did they do
This was their
2025
original
through
plan, like when they
2028?
first bought Star Wars. They wanted to kickstart this with the new trilogy.
Well, no,
they just
their
couldn't because
their-
Avatar ended up getting
Their
pushed back so
plan
far.
was to do originally episode, anthology, episode, anthology, episode, anthology, and just do that forever. And then they bought Fox, and so now their plan is Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar, and then
Yeah,
just
I know, but
alternate.
that was they said that was their plan when Episode
the
7
plan
came
was
out.
Star Wars every year, and then that didn't work out.
Yeah, obviously.
And now it's Avatar every
All
other
right,
year,
yep,
and that's
pretty
not
much-
going to happen
pretty
either.
much covers that,
Sam,
can't wait
Talk about that.
for Untitled Marvel. That one's really good.
What are your predictions for the 5th Avatar movie?
It will be
Um,
about a man named
the
Avatar.
blue guy
and
opens a McDonald's.
He's going to save the world from an evil nation which derives their power from fire. And he has to save these other 3 nations which derive their powers from
hang on. I
other
know you're doing
elements.
an Avatar bit, But I think the next one is called The Way of Water, and I think they have to like go get the water tribe to help them out.
Oh, that's good. So it is just Avatar:
I
The Last
think it's
Airbender.
gonna be about the blue guy, and he learns about Yo Mama jokes.
Easily the most important announcement of this entire podcast.
Yes.
Finally, after when did Beyblade come out? Honestly,
the 90s.
the 90s. Finally, we're getting the live action Beyblade adaptation that we've all been living out in the real world since the 90s. This time it'll just be on a movie screen instead of in a little plastic bucket in your room.
Well,
too bad the
maybe on movie
Beyblades right now
screen.
suck.
How everything's going, this will probably be a Netflix original film.
Yeah,
This
probably.
will come out. This has like Cartoon Network
Or channel
energy.
original movie.
Yeah, this gives me like Ben 10 vibes. Like, you know, the Ben 10 live
Sean
action
Levy
movies?
is producing it.
Didn't he do the Ben 10 ones?
No,
What did he do?
Night at the Museum and Adam Project and Free Guy and
So
Okay.
basically Ben 10 is what you're telling
So-
me.
he does family films.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
a
cool. Can't
family
wait.
picture.
Are you excited to see Beyblades hit each other? in
No,
big
because
screen?
Jenga got snubbed and I don't care anymore. All right, yeah,
Jenga's
let's
a
talk about
character from Beyblade.
the main character.
Yeah,
think
the
it's
one that was
snubbed.
cool, and
Did
then
he
after
kill
that season,
God?
every other one was really lame.
No, who killed God?
What
No,
was
he
his
did.
Pegasus?
He kill God? No, he killed the devil. Killed Satan with the help
killed
of.
Satan. You killed Satan, who was embodied in the form of a spinning top.
Okay, let's get into since we have
Let's
extra
not.
time.
Let's-
Let
no,
me
we
explain
don't.
the
You
Beyblade
really
lore real
don't.
quick.
We don't have any
Basically,
extra time.
here's how the Earth. Okay, so number one, there's two different worlds, right?
Take a nap,
In
guys.
one universe, all the Beyblades evolve, by the way, much like people, because they're like alive. One universe, they're wheels. One universe, they're regular tops. We're only going to talk about the
wheels,
tops for now.
baby.
Basically, around the sun, there is an evil sun. There's another sun that orbits our sun, and it's mad. And it spits out a rocket Earth, which becomes the first Beyblade, El Drago. Then someone else makes Pegasus in order to fight El Drago, because obviously Beyblades are just so powerful that he's taking over the world with this Beyblade. Because apparently spinning around a piece of metal is equivalent to like an army in this universe. Fast forward like 5,000 years, because nothing of importance matters after that. Then there's another Dark Star fragment, which comes from space, and it turns into like this evil devil Beyblade. And the super buff guy out of nowhere comes and gets it, and he tries to take over the world. And then the dude with the El Drago Beyblade and the dude with the Pegasus Beyblade, the guy with the El Drago Beyblade actually dies, gets straight up murdered on screen by a Beyblade. But then the Pegasus guy, with the help of the Dragon guy's little green-haired buddy, kills him. And then they save the world, and then that's the show.
Thank you, Sam.
There we go. Caught you up on Beyblade lore.
Sam, now that you're done with that, let's talk about Elden Ring.
All right, let's talk about Elden Ring.
All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
So there's a big ring, and his name is Elden.
So there's a ring, and it shattered. And then all of the demigod children of the Eternal Queen were turned into monsters.
So basically, Attack on Titan.
And you gotta go kill them because you're a tarnished, and that's what you do, because you're guided by grace,
And it's real
which is
hard.
this thing from a big magic tree, which is basically a parasitic organism that feeds off the power of the Elden Ring, which, by the way, has shattered. That's the inciting incident for this whole
That's what
series.
we just said.
You collect runes, which are little tiny pieces of the Elden Ring from killing monsters
And
and
I keep
people
losing
and
them
things.
all because it's very
And
hard.
if you die, you
Very
lose
hard
them
game.
all, and that happens very often because you're going to die a lot. The lore from before the Shatter, or the Night of Black Knight, whatever it's called, was written by George R.R. Martin. It's just weird. Yeah, and there's a lot of other lore I don't really care about.
Yeah.
So far the game's been really good. The open world is nice. It's not
It
quite.
has stuff in it, which is
It
good.
actually has stuff in it, which is
Like-
rather surprising.
I was running around the other day and I saw a giant lobster.
Mhm.
I was very tempted to fight it,
Did you-
except I didn't want to die.
Did
so-
you find the big poopy swamp monster? There's a big poopy swamp monster.
I didn't see
If you go, you
saw
know,
a
when
big
you know
crab.
the starting area.
Yeah.
If you go to the church and you go like southwest, there's a poopy swamp monster
I
in the
see.
swamp.
I saw a big crab though.
I
That's
didn't
pretty
see
cool.
a big crab.
like
I still
the big
haven't fought the
lobster,
tree guy. I'm scared of the tree guy.
What tree? Oh,
From
the
very
tree
beginning
sentinel.
of the game. Yeah, the first boss
guy
is impossible.
He's like
basically
really hard.
unless you're like a Souls game expert.
Yeah,
He's
like
basically
if you're moist
impossible.
critical, you can beat him.
No, Moist Critical's not even that good.
No, he beat
I'm talking
him.
about like people who are actually like.
Did you see his
insane.
review?
Yeah, after 21 tries, he beat him.
Yeah, but that's still not that many.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for most like veteran Souls players, that's a lot.
Or if you played Sekiro.
Yeah, which is a Souls game because it's also made by the same people.
Yeah, but it's
Max, you
different.
dinkus.
I know it was made by. the
So
Souls
yeah,
people.
so far the game has been really good. It's really hard. It's
pretty
very
good.
hard.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dark Souls.
They do a little bit to sort of.
Truly is the Dark Souls of Dark
They
Souls.
went into
Really
this
is.
game. They went into this game knowing that it was going to appeal to a wider audience than the Souls games typically do.
Yeah.
Because
they-
it's open world.
They
yeah.
added some mechanics that sort of help to mitigate the absolute nightmare fest that is this game.
Sam, have you played any of the other Souls stuff?
No,
Okay.
this is the first Souls-like game I've played. They added these things called.
It's also the first Strand type game you've played.
Yeah, it's also the first Strand type game, the only Strand type game according to Hideo Kojima, right? Yeah. So you get a magic horse from this lady with a burned eyeball. You have 0 hose according to the guy you meet as soon as you start the game. You go out of the starting.
Is any of this important to your actual thoughts of the game?
Yeah.
No, okay. So you walk out of the starting area, right? And there's this little.
Why do you just explain it to me for 20 minutes?
Okay, so you get out of the starting area, right? There's this dude. He's just standing there.
Yeah.
And you go. He's the only NPC he's the first NPC you talk to. You talk
Hang
to
on,
him.
real quick. Sam, you know that like Disney Plus Olaf shorts
Uh-huh.
where he explains the plot of Disney? That's you all the time.
Yes. So you go to this guy, and you go, "Hey, what's up, guy?" And he goes, idiot, you got 0 maidens, ha, gay." And then
I killed him.
And then
I
Max
killed him
kills
straight
him.
up. I was so mad at him. He was so stupid. It took me like 30 tries because he was really annoying.
He's strong.
He's pretty
Oh,
strong.
I chopped him once by accident. He didn't even react.
Oh well, the first time I hit him, he
I
reacted.
hit him with my sword, and he had no reaction.
to kill a guy who doesn't respond.
No, he does respond. No, he does respond. No, because he'll get like he has like a bouquet thing, and then he releases
Like a
like
bouquet
bees.
of flowers.
He
Yeah.
has bees.
I'll show you pictures. He
fights you with-
releases
okay.
bees on you.
I did not
Anyways,
fight this guy.
he was
Apparently,
really
not. I didn't even
mean
know you're supposed to.
and
I didn't even know you
stupid.
could fight that guy.
I just assumed that I could because I played Skyrim, so I just started attacking him.
Anyway, so the first boss you meet right out of the gate, you're not supposed to fight. I think that
Yeah, I ran
boss
past
kind of
him immediately.
exists just to show new players you're
the
in
game
our world
hard.
now, buddy, and we're gonna shove this sack so far up your butt you're gonna be coughing up razor blades. And yeah, basically that's basically the vibe. You gotta go in, with this game is it's gonna kick your butt. But eventually, if you play it long enough, the game will give you enough baby mode stuff that it'll let you beat the game eventually.
My
Yeah,
difficulty is that I don't know where to go. So
just follow the gray
well, no, I know
snacks.
that, but also there's a lot of things everywhere.
Yeah, it is a little overwhelming. Okay, there is no tutorial at all whatsoever. And at certain parts, I was like, okay, at what point does not having tutorial just become bad game design? Because I was literally Googling stuff like, how do I get items out of my chest? Because I still don't know how to do it. I can put items in there. I don't know how to take them out. Anytime I move over with a stick, it just cycles back to my inventory. I can't actually get to the part where the chest is.
There's a chest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can also store items in a chest. That's never explained. Or like they don't tell you anything. You have to figure everything out, which to an extent I like. I like it when games let you figure stuff out, but I want to figure stuff out like how do I beat an
Pokemon.
enemy? I don't want to figure stuff out like how do I use the armor thing? How do I equip a piece of gear? That I don't want to have to figure out. I need you to let me know how I'm supposed to use the UI. So that made me a little bit frustrated, but other than that, I think it's a pretty good game. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I have like 15 hours in the game, I think.
Will
right
you
now.
ever beat it?
Maybe not. We'll see.
Is it better than Mario 2: The Lost Levels?
Every game is better than Mario 2: The Lost Levels.
Is it better than normal Mario 2 with the turnips?
Yeah. That game sucks.
I quit.
It's
That game's kind of bad.
Quit.
Have you ever played that game?
Doug's like, I'm not playing Elden Ring. I'm not playing Pokemon
But yeah, no,
Legends
Elden Ring's really
Arceus.
good.
I'm
If
playing
you,
Mario 2.
Play Kirby when it comes
I
out.
personally, I'm
love
still
it.
a bigger fan of like Zelda and those kind of games where there's
those
Well, that's a
games-
real question. Do you think it's better than Breath of the Wild?
no. Well, okay. For some people, it will be. People who like to focus more on the combat, absolutely.
Yeah.
The combat is so much more fleshed out. If you like, I like open world games because I like to explore the world around me. I'm not a huge fan. Like, no one played Zelda for the combat. Like, yeah, it's there. That's not really the main focus of the game.
Yeah. How is the world like really fleshed out? Like Breath of
It's
the Wild?
very fleshed.
Like there's stuff to
Anywhere
actually do.
you go, there will be something there.
Okay.
Like every
That
time I
means it's a good
explore,
game.
I go, okay, I'm gonna go die, and then maybe I'll find something cool before I die.
Do you constantly do you have to stop every like 4 steps to press a button to pick something up?
You do have to press a button to pick stuff up, but your character doesn't freeze and do an animation every time they pick
Does
something
he
Yeah.
up.
pick stuff
Yeah,
up?
you
It's
just,
not
you
like
just suck it up.
Forbidden Game where you have
Yeah,
to go.
it's not like Forbidden Game where, your character does an animation to pick up a thing every time they pick up a thing.
That's honestly what made me stop playing Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Like real quick. I just got so sick and tired of it.
Yeah, no, your character just picks stuff up when you walk up to it. The combat is really good. I like the combat system a lot. It's a super hard game.
Would you say it's the Dark Souls of Elden Ring games?
I would say it's the Dark Souls of Elden Ring games.
Okay.
I would say that. I could see where it was inspired by Dark Souls. You can see that there's a clear inspiration from Souls-like games. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I thought
Strand type game.
when I was about when
Strand type games are open world games.
when
with nothing in
Zelda
them.
Breath of the Wild came out, I thought that game was very, very hard. Mostly because I was a little baby child, which wasn't that long ago. But still, I thought it was very hard. And then I beat it instantly when I got the Switch. And now I'm playing Elden Ring. And
now
I
you've
want to
learned
shoot myself.
Hard games are actually hard.
Well,
did
and
you
then
beat the
there's also
giant guy
Crash
yet?
Bandicoot. What?
Did you beat the giant guy yet?
The big monkey look, the Beast Titan
Yeah,
looking
the
dude?
giant.
Yeah, I beat that guy a long time ago.
Okay, yeah, you have to fight like 5 of him at once eventually.
Yeah, it's not that hard to beat. Once I learned that, you could just hit his feet like multiple times.
Yeah,
and
you
then
have
would
to
just
fight
die.
5 of him at once.
Yeah. I just ran past him after the 4th time I killed all the guys. Because I kept dying to the guards.
Oh, you
I would-
kill the giant and then the
I
guards
would kill the
pick you
giant,
off,
kill all the first wave of guards,
and then the other guards
and then the
behind them
other
would kill
guards
you.
would just go like, and I would die.
Usually, the way that I've been playing the game is if there's a really big enemy that you have to fight, I'll fight him and I'll beat him the first time, and then like if I can run past him the second time, like okay, I already know that I can beat you, so I'm gonna move on because I want to play the rest of the game.
Yeah, I want to I want to experience beating him, but I also
the first hard wall you hit, at least in my opinion, is that first boss on the bridge to Stormvale Castle with the weird stuff growing out of his face and the big like log sword thing.
I still have no idea where that is.
Literally, just go on the path you were already on.
No, I was okay. I've been
Just
following
go
the
up
little.
path.
I've been following the Graces,
Mhm.
and I've gotten to the part where there's a gate, and I need the glintstone key or whatever, and I haven't gotten that yet.
What?
Have you gone to that part?
What are you talking about? There's no key.
There's a key to this gate,
What?
not that part. I don't know
All
where I
right,
am.
everybody, that's gonna do for the show today.
But no, the game's been very fun. I highly recommend playing it. It is very hard. If you don't like hard games, it's not the game for you.
Okay, Sam, having played 2 games that have come out this year,
hmm
is it Game of the Year?
It will probably no.
Maybe honestly, I
Okay,
don't know.
Game
Breath of the Wild 2 comes
Game
out.
of the Year is going to be insane this
Oh
year.
yeah,
Because we have Breath of the Wild 2 coming out.
Elden Ring came out.
Elden Ring came
Forbidden
out.
West just came
Forbidden West is not going to win, but it just
out.
came out.
Forbidden
Make it
Game is-
nominated.
Eh.
It might get nominated, but Arceus might get nominated.
Starfield comes out this year too.
Starfield comes out this year?
Yeah, that comes
Too
out
bad
this
I don't know
year.
what it is.
Too bad no one knows what it is, and they won't tell
It's
us
Elder
what it is.
Scrolls in space, so it's gonna get
What on earth
nominated.
does that mean?
It's
What is
Elder Scrolls in
Space
space. What do you
Elder
think that sounds like?
Elder Scrolls does not lend well to
Take
space.
Elder Scrolls and put it in space.
Sucker,
the,
when
the
you say
medieval game
Elden
where you fight
Scrolls-
dragons and skeletons and put it in space.
Now you're fighting
What does
aliens
that
and
mean?
big alien monsters.
Okay, anyway,
And instead of a horse,
So
you
then
got a
Okay,
spaceship.
when you say Elder Scrolls, I think big dragon shoot fire. Me with
Big
great sword.
spaceship shoot laser.
See,
Oh, Max,
that's
you have
completely
lasers.
You know you
different.
can get Guts' sword in Elden Ring?
Yeah, I saw a TikTok tutorial
Yeah.
how to do it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna.
You
go
know
get it.
Guts, Tucker? You know who that is?
No, he doesn't.
Nope.
He does not.
You know
watch,
Berserk?
State of the
Berserk.
Union is happening while we're
No one
taping
cares about the
this.
State of the Union.
No one
The
cares about
Union is in a
nuclear war and the
terror.
threat of World
President,
War III.
just promised a cure for cancer.
He does that all the time.
Again.
He's done. This is like the third time he's done.
Okay.
Because we're gonna
Since I know
eliminate
most of you
cancer.
are Australian, guys, Joe Biden has promised 3 times now to cure cancer.
Next step. Next step. I'm gonna have to
You're
admit,
not gonna cure cancer.
Boris is pretty cool. Okay.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson's
You know
pretty
he's
nice
not
guy.
even
Max,
Prime
that's
Minister.
the UK.
Oh wait, that's a different guy.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the Australian
Let's
guy?
move on
I don't
before
know.
Max digs
Offends-
himself a bigger hole.
Yeah, offends everyone.
I'm not offending
All right,
people.
everybody. I think we're done.
Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you guys next week for Batman Talk
Can't wait for Batman
and
talk.
whatever the news of the week is.
And the
And Patrick won't be here
Patrick
again.
will not be here because he. Well, he might actually.
We'll see.
We'll see because he maybe has spring
All
break.
right.
We'll see.
We'll see you guys
All right, bye-bye,
next week,
everyone.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.